morning, everybody. It's Thursday, the 28th of August, and we say good morning and welcome to Breakfast with Roger and Friends. And that includes Mike Dentino. Good morning, Mike. Good to see you.
Good morning, Roger.
And Terry Growl. He always takes the middle of the week off for some strange reason.
Well, I need it.
Here's
After a Monday in here, I need it.
Yeah. Is that bad, huh?
Well, it's not that
Well,
bad.
maybe come
it just
Monday,
seems like
Labor Day, we just won't show up.
It just seems like something always comes up on a Tuesday and a Wednesday for me. Last week I had to go up to Wisconsin all of a sudden, and it just something always comes up on a. So I thought, well, I'll just take those.
Well, one thing, it makes for a shorter week for you.
Well, yeah.
Yes and
I
no
mean,
sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I see you're kind of all dressed up today. You're kind of
Well, that's
spiffy.
right.
Are you
Well,
gonna do something after the show?
Yeah, I'll take a nap.
I was going to say,
You always be well dressed.
I think he's even got a matching handkerchief.
He does.
Yeah,
He's got a
did you know?
matching
Yeah,
hanky?
Yeah, I
that's
noticed
right.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
It was either that or it was you pulled
See?
out your
Oh, wow.
your
Underwear.
shirt tail.
Yeah.
You ought to see my underwear.
Well, that's
I-
okay.
I think we'll
pass on
stop
that.
at the yeah, we'll stop at the handkerchief.
But you got big plans after the show today?
Hey, at my age, there's no such thing as big plans. Everything
keep breathing, huh?
is whittle. Yeah, exactly right.
Oh,
It's really interesting. My son and his wife, who used to live with me and now live in Bettendorf, Iowa, since he took a job with Genesis Hospital up there. And he said, Dad, and this is how close he understands. Dad, are you still able to go down in the basement? I said, going down is not the issue.
Coming back up.
It's coming back up. If you don't mind that we wait a day or two before we start back up. But no, I don't have any problem coming up or going down the stairs or coming up. But it is somewhat of a challenge
Yeah.
the older you get.
My wife doesn't
Yeah.
want to change it. We have a washer and a dryer in the basement, and the dryer just took a dump. And so I'm going to buy another one. I said, let's put it upstairs. I have hookups upstairs.
Do you have? Well, that makes
And she said,
sense.
no, I want to keep using the stairs.
You know
for
what?
the
For exercise,
I
yeah,
said, well,
yeah.
just go ahead and use it. I'll do laundry up here.
I'll do the washing, and you go up and down the
go up and down
stairs
the
to your
stairs.
heart's content.
Yeah, I would say that the person who operates the machine has the primary say on where the machine is
Well,
going
now
to
that's,
be.
that's kind of
Yeah.
a 50-50 deal.
Oh,
It is.
Yeah, I wash
Well,
my
good
clothes,
for you.
and she does hers.
Wow, is that a prenuptial agreement?
No, I just started doing that. When I had time to do it. When I, kind of retired from most of my
Well,
jobs.
our washer and dryer is upstairs.
Yeah.
So hallelujah for that decision.
Yeah.
Part of the, I mentioned prenuptial. I raised a question yesterday when we were not celebrating the big engagement. I don't know what the excitement is. You think it was the
who got
second
engaged?
coming. And
who got engaged?
Taylor Swift and
Oh, really?
the football guy.
Travis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Travis Cadillac Pontiac.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. And the question came up, do you think they have a prenuptial agreement? I don't think anybody's asked that question.
I'm guessing that anyone who gets married now with a net worth of $1 million plus will probably do that just out of the sense of, I might as well, because once your net worth creeps over $1 million, chances are highly likely, because you don't compile $1 million of net worth without having an attorney, because by that time you've tripped over something, or someone's tripped over something of yours and decided that they want some of your stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, you probably have a lawyer. Because it takes a certain amount of intentionality, a certain amount of intelligence, unless of course you've won the lottery, in which case you're not going to have $1 million very long.
Right. Yeah, they don't. keep it.
No, but I mean,
And she's a billionaire, right?
oh yeah,
several times over.
she is.
Wow.
She's got. Yeah, she can afford to have husbands in every civilized country in the world if she so desired. But I mean, it makes sense, and it makes the Well, let's go dark for a minute. Let's just say the inevitable breakup at some point in the future. I don't think this is going to be Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't say that.
They
but
live
bless
weird
their
lives,
hearts.
right? They live weird lives.
They do.
I mean,
They do live
Totally,
weird,
yeah.
stressful
I was,
lives.
I think the song "Beauty and the Beast" kind of musically describes
I don't
because
know, she's not that ugly.
no, she's pretty good
he-
looking.
Well, but he's a beast. You like him because he's got hair. But
I think he's a
anyway,
handsome guy.
Well,
isn't he?
but
Yeah.
I'm thinking of he plays a very physical
Yeah.
Right.
sport. I mean, it's a rough.
He's a
and
football
tough.
player,
So
yeah.
he's a beast. I'm
And
looking
he's a
at.
big boy.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not talking about whether he's handsome or not handsome. He is a beast. If you're on the
Big guy.
football field and he is too, that's one of the guys I would avoid at all
Wouldn't want to be tackled.
costs whatsoever. And she's a beauty queen.
Yeah, but the thing you have to look at is, I should say, the thing he has to worry about primarily is what's going to happen when she needs new material for another album, because
Well,
I
that's
think-
right. It's all breakup songs, weren't they?
Yeah, I think she tends
good
to
point.
write songs about
Breakups.
exes,
That's right.
and if she's living the life of continual marital bliss, that may cut
You
her.
know, that's
her
right.
music
If
career
she
short.
gets in the studio to record another album, he better pack his bags.
No, I mean, but seriously, I mean, I think it's lovely.
Yeah.
The two of them seem to be a very nice couple, very
Yeah.
cutesy couple. Bless their hearts.
Yeah, they're
and-
cutesy. I'd
Yeah,
go cutesy.
if nothing else, though, large amounts of money and fame and the types of lives they've been living up to this point make me, kind of wonder how long this is actually going to last. I'd love to see it last. I love storybook endings, but storybook endings generally have nightmare beginnings.
Yeah. How'd they meet?
I don't know.
On the football field.
Oh, yeah. She was, okay. Huh. What are we playing here? Let's see.
Tale as old as time, true as
Bless
it
her
can
heart.
be,
Yeah.
barely even friends, then
Was that from a
somebody
Disney movie?
bends
Yeah.
unexpectedly.
Angela Lansbury.
Angela Lansbury.
Oh, really?
Just a little
She was the voice
change,
actor for Mrs.
small
Teapot.
to say the least,
Oh,
both
really?
a little scared,
Now, what was the
another
show?
one prepared.
Murder,
She Wrote. Yeah.
Oh,
You used to watch that all the time.
Yeah.
Is she
Ever
still
just the
living, or
same,
did she hit the turf?
No.
ever a
Hit the turf.
surprise.
Well, you know what I mean.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
That's a,
Yeah.
it's a.
She has a lovely voice.
Yeah, she's pulled up the dirt blanket.
Yeah, yeah. Jonathan Withers used to call it taking a dirt nap.
Taking a dirt nap.
Angela left us October 11th, 1922.
1920.
22.
2022. Yes. Boy, she died young.
I guess.
Yeah. Not only do I have problems speaking English, I can't read it either.
Yeah, well,
Dyslexic.
Yeah, she was born October 16th, 1925, and died October 11th, 1922. I did it again. I'm stuck in the 19th century. October 11th, 2022.
2022.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, take a look. She was
a beauty
She
queen
was a-
when
When
she
she was younger, yeah,
look
she
at
was a
the
babe.
woman.
Yeah, she was a
Well,
babe.
so was I.
Well, come on, a babe.
When I was 6 months old, yeah, I thought I was pretty cute at that age. Then as I got older, things went downhill very
Oh, well.
rapidly. Well, let's get into the news,
All
and as much as I want to avoid it because of what has happened in the country, but let's bring you up to date with what we have. And we'll start with the weather brought to you by who else? Mr. Weather, Kyle Varnold, an insurance professional. He can shop around on your behalf to find the right coverage at the right price for homeowners, vehicle, or health and life insurance. You name it, he's got it. Kyle Varnold's phone number is 309-682-0519. What do you have for the weather?
Roger, it's going to be sunny and pleasant today, high 83, and it has been nice for the past few days. Tonight, clear skies, low 59. Tomorrow, sunshine, high 78. Saturday and Sunday, sunny, high in the 80s both days. Right now, it's 61 at the Wazoo.
And now we have the news, the service of Peoria Pet Crematory. The folks at Peoria Pet, experienced professionals offering several dignified options. When you lose your pet, you can reach them at any hour of the day or night, 7 days a week at 309-713-1898. Peoria Pet Crematory, people who care. Now with our lead story, here's Mike Dentino.
Thanks, Roger. One of the most despicable killings in America's history took place in Minneapolis yesterday morning. 23-year-old mentally deranged transgender Robert Westman went on a shooting rampage at a Catholic school, killing 2 children and injuring 17 others, 14 of them also children. 2 of the wounded children are now in critical condition.
Police say Westman was armed with a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol when he started shooting through the windows at the children as they were praying during Mass at the school. An 8-year-old and a 10-year-old were killed as they sat in a pew praying.
Officers said the gunman killed himself in the church parking lot, but he left behind writings indicating that she was filled with hate, especially for Donald Trump. On one of the gun magazines was written, "Kill Donald Trump." Another reminder that the hateful and public attacks on the president can influence dangerous and mentally unstable people. People like 20-year-old Thomas Crooks at Butler, Pennsylvania, and 58-year-old Ryan Roth in West Palm Beach, Florida. Some of that hateful rhetoric was coming from across town at the Democratic National Committee summer meeting.
Chairman Ken Martin called Trump a dictator. He said, quote, "I'm sick and tired of being a pencil to a knife fight, to bringing a pencil to a knife fight," end quote. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz called Trump a fascist and said he hoped his fat ankles would cause him problems in reference to the president's circulatory medical issues.
The negative rhetoric is now directed at Melania Trump. A Vanity Fair editor expressed outrage that the magazine was considering putting the First Lady on the cover of the magazine. In a rant, the unnamed co-editor said that if it happens, he and many other staffers at the publication would walk off the job.
And some employees working for FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, have been placed on leave. They signed a letter claiming another hurricane like Katrina could happen under President Trump's leadership. They said the climate in the department could be a cause.
Not everyone on the other side of the political aisle is unhappy with the president. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser credits Trump with bringing down crime in the capital city. She said so at a news conference yesterday.
The U.S. Department of Transportation is sending more than $8 million for airports in Peoria and Bloomington. That word comes from Democrat Senators Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth. The Bloomington Airport is receiving a little over $500,000, while more than $7 million in federal funding is designed and designated for the General Wayne Downing facility. The money will be used for infrastructure updates.
Peoria police arrested 21-year-old Kayana Polk in a hit-and-run incident that injured a 22-year-old pedestrian Tuesday night. Polk allegedly hit the man on Wisconsin and Fry and drove off. She was grabbed by police a few blocks away and has been charged with aggravated battery with a motor vehicle, hit and run, reckless driving, and failure to report an accident with personal injury. No word on the man's condition.
Peoria firefighters had to use the jaws of life to rescue a driver trapped inside his vehicle yesterday morning on North Adams and Morton Streets. It happened around 11:30. The victim was taken to a local hospital. His condition is unknown. Finally, is that you or
No.
me?
Well,
have it?
mine's been crossed out.
Oh,
Okay.
So,
All right.
me to do it?
I guess that's it.
that's it.
okay. Well, that's it.
Well, that's
You
it
know,
for
it's all
us.
depressing too. Geez, this was a rough day to read the news.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
It's not, can I look for some fun stories?
Sure.
Sure.
Start to hunt.
Start to,
Yeah, well, we'll have to start kicking over rocks and see what
yeah, I might have to go to another country or something.
And good luck. Let's see if you can find anything to be cheerful about. Maybe WCBU has some.
From the WCBU newsroom, I'm June Delahunty. Advanced Medical Transport and the City of Peoria have finalized an extension of the city's ambulance service for at least 5 years. The City Council unanimously approved the new franchise agreement with emphatic support. Mayor Rita Ali says it's a positive development in reversing what has, at times, a strained relationship.
I think it's a strong agreement that includes more efficiency, it includes more quality, more training, more tools, and overall more value.
The agreement begins after the current 20-year contract expires on December 1st of next year. The Peoria Citizens Committee for Economic Opportunity is again in need of a new CEO, following Tuesday's resignation of Denise Moore after just 4 months. Moore cited a need to help with her ailing parents in the Chicago area, but also pointed to dysfunction within the board of the embattled Social Services Agency.
They are more involved in the day-to-day activities, and I try to impress upon them that you will have no day-to-day activity if the strategic direction and the financial health of the organization are not put back on track.
Earlier this month, the agency was stripped of nearly $3 million in low-income home energy assistance program and community services block grant funding. Democratic Congressman Eric Sorensen, whose 17th district includes parts of Peoria, says the Trump administration's efforts to cut staff and close offices at the Social Security Administration are part of an effort to privatize the program. Sorensen says closing field offices will make it harder for people to figure out their benefits, especially when fewer staff will be taking calls.
This administration, Donald Trump, doesn't want this to work. And he wants to destroy it so that he can privatize it the way that he wants.
Social Security is expected to become insolvent by 2034. Illinois Democrats are condemning President Donald Trump's efforts to end the state's cashless bail pre-trial system. Trump's new executive order aims to revoke federal funds from places that have eliminated cash bond, which Illinois did in 2023. State Representative Justin Slaughter of Chicago led the effort through Springfield.
Major achievements like pretrial fairness and what we've done by ending cash bail are actually having a positive and productive impact on our community.
Criminal justice advocates said the old system discriminated against low-income and minority defendants. I'm June Delahunty.
All right, let's get into the world of sports right now. Stepping in for the vacationing Dr. Gene Sidler out in Breckenridge, Colorado, enjoying it. Let's see, it's a little after what do we have, 6:20? 6:18.
Yeah.
Any rate, so it would be what, 4:18 or 5:18? In Colorado, are they 1 hour? I know in California they're 2 hours, but it's just 1 hour, isn't it?
1 hour ahead.
Yeah, so I'm sure in Breckenridge, yeah, I doubt that. At any rate, I'm going to do the best I can in his.
You like sports.
Yes, I love it. As a matter of fact, brought to you by BradleyFans.com. The Cubs on the road playing in San Francisco last night against the Giants. Chicago was leading the way, and well, they still are for a wild card playoff berth, and they led the Giants 3-1 after Nico Horner's 3-run 4-bagger in the second inning, but that was all they scored. You want to take a guess at the final score? The Giants won
Oh, jeez.
12-3, and that's it. You know, they went ahead 3-1, and any rate,
pretty boring.
they'll try again today to win a game. The Cardinals are at home hosting the last place Pirates in the National League Central Division. They were leading Pittsburgh 1-0 going into the sixth inning. However, former Cardinal infielder / outfielder Tommy Pham, I love that name, Pham, P-H-A-M, hit a single driving in 2 runs, and Pittsburgh took the lead 2-1. That's how it ended. 2-1 in favor of the Pirates. Turn to the American League, where the White Sox got clobbered by Kansas City. The last time I heard was 11-1, and the Yankees beat Washington 11-2, and the Phillies were shut out by the Mets 6-0, and that's the WAZU baseball scoreboard this morning. right, today's weather sunny and pleasant, a high of 83. I can't get over this beautiful weather. Do the bees show on your bee farm excitement and thrilled with this kind of weather? Are they more, and by the way, do they make noises? Usually if a bee is unhappy, they go,
Well,
but what's the personality of your bees?
Bees are they're pleasant, they're happy.
Oh, good.
Unfortunately, they're not real good about music. All they do is hum. They don't know any of the words.
They don't know any of the words.
No.
Well,
When I listen to the radio.
maybe we ought to go back to the news.
No, I mean they spend when the temperature drops to less than scalding levels, they tend to be a little less active. They don't hang around the outside of the hive. They like going inside.
That was kind of interesting though. What Roger touched on there. Do they buzz? Do they make that buzz? Is it through their mouth or their wings?
No,
or
it's the wings.
What makes
It's
that
the
noise?
wings. Yeah.
Because crickets, it's their legs
It's-
rubbing together, right?
Right.
But bees, it's their mouth.
It's
And so it's
They're-
humans too.
yeah.
Well,
Their mouth get them in trouble, like Tim Waltz.
but do they? Is it a communication thing, or why do they?
Well,
Why do
that-
they
I-
buzz, or what?
I
Or
think
do they buzz off?
Why do they get a buzz out
Or
of
they
it?
just buzz off?
Well, the buzz. A lot of times, like when the weather's warm, you'll hear the buzzing rather loudly because you
They're
have
complaining?
a group. No, they are on. They usually have a large group of bees around the outside of the hive entrance, and they're flipping their wings, drawing air in and out of the hive to keep it cool.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Wow. You've studied this, haven't you? By the way, I meant to bring in an
You
article.
just made that up.
No, really.
No, you.
96% of all facts are made up on the fly.
In this case, on the buzz. Yeah.
No,
not true.
that's how. No, truly.
How do you know that? You
He's
speak
doing
buzz?
research.
No,
He's a bee farmer.
Well,
I mean,
I
he's
ha-
done
I
his
have a-
he's a
research.
rookie.
I have a special group of H-back V's that keep the hive cool.
No, you don't. He's lying.
See, all you got to do is look at a hive closely, and you'll see little bees with plumber's cracks. So you figure that's probably the plumber.
There's the plumbers.
Yeah.
You got bees that tend to, they're sitting there. They tend to parade around, think they're better than everyone else. Those would be the electrical bees.
You ought to write a book. This is not only informative; it's entertaining.
my.
I enjoy
Hey,
it.
I'm
I learned a lot.
going to write my own
Yeah.
Bees for Dummies book.
Yeah. I saw an article. I meant to bring it. Honey is very healthy and
It's extraordinarily
beneficial.
healthy.
Yes.
Not little kids though. Little kids can't.
No,
babies.
babies.
Up till 3 or 5 years old. I can't remember.
No, I thought it was like 2.
2. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, little
kill 'em.
babies. Yeah, they.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
Why?
there's-
Why would that? Because they can't digest it.
Well, there's
there's-
like a botulism.
there's stuff in honey that
yeah, there's stuff in
they
honey,
can't handle.
and I'm not sure if it's like some sort of botulism toxin or something that just not.
Yeah.
Little babies aren't prepared. Their bodies aren't
You
prepared
didn't know
for it.
that? You've never.
Well, pardon me for being
Well,
dumb.
No, I know it's not. I just. I guess they didn't have that back in your day. I don't know.
We had bees
We had
and
bees.
we had honey.
We had
You know,
children.
well, honey was supposed to be, if you were having a scratchy voice and you were going to sing, honey and
Honey and
Royce
lemon.
told me honey and
lemon.
tea.
Well, honey and lemon
Lemon?
was that
Oh,
was
really?
like the for speech teams and the theater kids. That was your go-to remedy if your if your
really?
throat was scratchy. It was honey and lemon. You could either take it by
You
the
put it in
teaspoon
tea?
or put it in tea. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was. You never went to a speech tournament without having honey and lemon.
Really?
Absolutely.
I didn't know that. I was on the Bradley
And you
speech
drink it?
team, as a matter of fact, for
Drink it or tea. I usually drink it in tea is the easiest way
Apparently
to,
they're not
to
interested.
imbibe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are. I just wanted to cover the. go
well,
ahead.
I wanted to brag on me a little
Okay,
bit.
go
You
ahead.
just,
No,
just
no.
shut me down.
No,
no,
go ahead.
no,
I wanna hear all about it.
that's it.
It's
That's
not
it.
like it's your show or something.
You had, you had the chance. I don't care. I'm going to go to my room,
Oh, jeez. Now we ticked him off. Now it's gonna be a
which
rough
is down the
Yeah.
down the hall. No, I
You
don't
were on
want
the speech
anything to
team?
do with you. But I was on the Bradley speech
Yeah.
team.
You were on the Bradley speech
Yes,
team?
I was. And Dr. Larry Norton, God bless him, a wonderful man. And I was in 2 categories: after dinner speaking and radio announcing.
Really?
And I did all right.
What was your talk on after dinner speaking? What'd you
I
talk
have no
about?
idea.
Oh, come on. Well, you
No, I
forgot?
really don't. I really don't.
Huh.
And,
was it
and
spontaneous? Did they just give you a
oh
subject? and you
no,
have to,
no, you had a prepared.
Right.
10 minutes, 20 minutes? How long?
I don't think it was that long. I think more like 5 to 8 minutes, something like that.
Really?
Yeah. And then you had a script where you read a newscast,
Wow,
and it was fun. It was competitive. And later on, I became a judge for speech tournaments at the high school level, and that was a lot of fun as
Yeah.
well.
Well,
Really, really difficult to judge a debate. You have to really have
yeah.
your thinking cap on in judging debates and who
well,
won.
you just, if you felt
No,
more-
it's not a matter of
No?
feeling. It's meeting the certain criteria of evidence and facts and
Right.
how they were refuted and whether or not they use facts versus
Yeah.
opinion.
Well, see, with debate team, because I was actually on Illinois State's
You were-
speech team
you
and
were?
debate team. Yeah.
Really?
And what they do is every season, they have, nationally at the college level, they will produce the national debate topic. And so everybody
Really?
nationwide, if you're
Yeah,
in the
right.
speech team,
Yeah.
they will go and you'll spend several weeks just doing research on the topic.
Really? Like,
You used to have a
an
little
example. What kind of topic?
card box,
Yeah.
and you had notes on certain items that would be brought up if the other team said something. You filed through to find whether or
You
not
could
you
have
had.
crib notes? You
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
have-
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
well, you needed, if you were going to say something, I'm trying to think the national debate topic. One of the years at ISU,
Was
it
it
was
political?
yeah, well, it's like should
Well, maybe the death penalty might be
death
one
penalty,
of them.
or should
wow,
should there be
heavy stuff.
should there be nuclear disarmament, or should the United States and Russia engage in nuclear disarmament talks? And it was really kind of fun because
That's fun?
well, now doing the research is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it
and
was
then
fun.
debating.
It was fun to argue,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Right.
Right. I mean,
That's why my dad said I should have been an attorney. You like to argue, son. That's right. I don't want you to hit me anymore.
but yeah,
And the issue we had nationally when I was involved with debating was whether or not we could use cannonballs during the war.
yeah. I'm trying to think of the national debate topic. My junior, it was something like, should there be nuclear disarmament? And one of the
This isn't a fun sport.
well,
No. Well, it was fun arguing.
It was
Am I
fun
right?
arguing,
Yeah.
but I mean,
No, I don't think it
they were
was.
very serious topics.
Yeah.
Sorry, just wanted to argue.
You would say, yeah. You say, I got you.
I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, because the one thing I remember going into a debate on nuclear disarmament, and the opposite side decided, no, we don't believe we should have bilateral nuclear disarmament. We think the U.S. should disarm unilaterally. And I'm sitting there going, okay, now,
Wait a minute.
my first thought was to go, Jane, you ignorant slut.
Yeah, you don't get points for that. Actually, you could get, if I remember judging right, if you got personal, you got marked out.
Oh yeah, ad hominem arguments was almost grounds to lose immediately, because your arguments had to be factual. You had to be able to support them, and if someone, usually the other side wouldn't call you out, saying that no, that that statistic is absolutely wrong. The judges might say, "Oh, what's your reference for that?" And that's what your little note cards were for. Well, that's such and such, Newsweek
And
article,
you got to have notes.
September
That I
3rd. Yeah,
find. Okay, all right.
and you'd bet,
So where'd you go with this? Did you compete
yeah.
nationally?
Oh, yeah. We went.
Because Dr. Gene was, he was on big time TV with his.
Yeah, no, there was a big speech and debate tournament every year down at Southern Illinois. We went there. We went to University of South Carolina. for another event. Well, like my senior year, the National Forensics Association finals was at Illinois State.
Really?
In fact, the three in NFA, in the NFA series, when I was in college, the three top teams in the country almost perennially were Eastern Michigan,
Okay.
Bradley, and Illinois State.
In the country?
In the country.
Really?
We were like the Notre Dame in Alabama.
Wow. Yeah.
Did
Did
you
you
ever-
ever?
Go ahead. No,
yeah.
no, no.
I was going to say I made a good point during the debate, and I hurt the team because after I made the point, I went yeah, and the judge did not like that.
Oh well, you know when
You couldn't end with, so there. You
Yeah,
couldn't end with that.
yeah, no, that was not sportsmanlike. You got a 15-yard penalty for that one.
Yeah,
and you couldn't use the men's room for 2 days.
you can't spike your reference
Yeah.
box.
Did you wear a uniform? Did you have a...
No,
No.
we were just average,
Like
you know.
a jacket
yeah.
on with an emblem? or
Yeah, we
something?
were, you know.
You know, since I was see when I was doing this, I'm a vet, so you know I might have like a boonie hat and a tie-dyed shirt, and you know just completely
Really?
you know off the cuff. It's like
All right.
okay,
I
this
thought you'd be dressed up like in...
Well, I did. I dressed up sometimes. I usually had to use
your
my
after
brother's
dinner speech would
clothes,
be dressed up.
hand-me-down clothes.
Oh, you
Yeah.
had to wear the hand.
I'll never forget, I mentioned this before, at Woodruff High School, they had the class pictures up on the wall. For the class of 1949, my brother had a beautiful sport coat. Class of 51, there was the coat again.
There
This
it is.
time I'm wearing it. That's a true story.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's what we did in those days.
I remember...
You know,
I-
second barrel from the left at Salvation Army.
I was hand-me-down and patches on jeans.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can't do that.
Grandma
Well, now
patches
patches
on jeans.
on jeans, so
gotta pay
you
extra.
pay big
Yeah, right.
money for them
Or
now.
they'll rip them for you.
Oh, yeah.
And you pay extra.
Yeah.
oh man, I remember like sewing little Snoopy patches on my jeans during high school. It was very cool.
You did it yourself?
Yeah, that's a long story, but yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
Are we going from Robert to Robin now?
No, no. We're going from you know my mom didn't have time to sew my Boy Scout patches on my uniform,
So you did it?
so I did it.
Well, good for you.
We have a fashion designer on the line, I
Uh-oh.
think. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Well, we're sitting here enjoying each other's company.
Hey, I called you a couple of days ago about the landmark lanes.
Yes, you did.
Yes, this is Jim Bueller.
Yeah,
And they were saying, I don't know, there's rumors and that, I guess the gentleman across the street at the old bingo hall, it's that fancy restaurant.
yeah,
He bought
connected.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He's the
connected.
one that bought it?
And he's,
Really?
Yeah.
he's going to put, I guess he's going to take the restaurant and put it where the theaters were, and then where the
I don't know if that's
landmark lanes, and then the landmark lanes, they said that they're going to make pickleball courts there. I guess pickleball's getting become a big sport, I guess.
Yeah, Troy Ummel, who owns Connect.
What's his
Yeah.
name?
Troy Ummel.
Ummel.
U-M-M-L-A-L.
Yeah, I didn't. I picked up all this.
Wait, how do you get all this
We
information?
could maybe get him on the phone. I think I got his number. I might. Let me look.
Yeah, do that and see. But that's what the rumor is, and then they're going to keep the athletic club open still.
They are. Okay, that's good because
Yeah.
they still have the swimming pool. Do they use the swimming pool?
I really don't. I don't
don't
know.
have a pool over
Can't
there.
answer that.
Oh, yes,
I
they
didn't think
do.
they
They
did.
have they have a lap pool
Oh, didn't know that.
right next to the
Mhm.
track.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't know that either.
Well, you got
Yeah, I
to get
remember
out more often.
you-
Now, maybe it's closed down. Yeah. No wonder we aren't fit. We're not going to the health club for a, hey,
But I know.
Well, there's a
I
comedy
know
club
about
there
it,
too.
though.
The Slippery Banana. Is that going to remain or?
I think I would
NP's been there
probably
a few
say yes. Yeah, I'm thinking it probably will. All that stuff on that end will probably remain the same. But I know there's a lot of people there, a lot of teams still, they got jilted because they told them the last minute and they couldn't
Yeah.
find houses to go to. So there was like, I thought they said between 17 and 19 teams looking for a place to go, and a lot of them are all, used up. We got lucky. We got at My Holly Bowl, we bought 6:30, and the one gentleman, he's retired, and as soon as he heard it, he ran over there, got in there.
You know,
There's a lot of them were lucky.
My grandpa started that brothers bowling thing.
Oh, really? Is
Oh,
that
brother
right?
tournament?
Yeah, my grandpa started that.
But
Oh,
was
wow,
that
that's pretty
sponsored
neat.
by the newspaper?
Yeah, Peoria Journal Star.
They used to publish the results. My brother and I participated one year. We didn't set any records.
And where'd you
but
play it? At
they-
Peoria Out of Parts Bowling, right? And Recreation, down on Adams Street.
Yeah, I think it
800.
I
was.
remember
That
that.
was my grandpa's.
I was a
That
kid.
was
but I
upstairs,
remember
wasn't
that.
it?
And Leo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Leo owned that.
Leo was my uncle, but it was
Leo
his.
Gr-
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'll be down.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, he moved down to Phoenix, Arizona.
Do what?
He moved down to Phoenix, Arizona, or Glendale, somewhere down Arizona.
No,
My brother.
Leo passed a while back. Leo had airport bowl after the bowling.
Where was the
Correct.
airport
And then
bowl?
didn't he move down? Didn't he move down to Arizona?
No, no, he was in Peoria
Oh.
before he passed.
Oh, okay.
Airport
yeah,
Bowl
I
is
guess he
where,
went down.
Is
Yeah.
where the
Harley
Harley
Davidson.
dealership. Yeah,
Where the what?
we sold that to Wayne Weebler at Walters Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Is
remember
that
going
where
at
the
that
airport
one.
bowl
That was
was
Airport
there?
Bowl.
I'll be doggone.
I sold it to Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
You sold it to him?
For my uncle. Yeah, it was.
Well, good for you.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
All right, we got to go with the news headlines, my friend. Hey, thanks for
You
calling
guys
in.
have,
Appreciate it. God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you very much.
All right, have a great
Enjoyed
day.
talking to you.
Enjoyed
Well,
it.
thank you both.
You
Mhm.
bet.
Have a good day.
966-4044 is the number to call if you would like. In the meantime, let's get into the news. I don't know about the two of you. I always enjoy when a listener calls in and
Oh, yeah, me too.
speculates.
Then we
and
don't have to as much.
give some info.
There you go.
Well, I didn't want to mention that, but since you did, any rate, let's get into the news with Mike Dentino, brought to you by Advanced Medical Transport of Central Illinois. In a time of need, AMT will be there in a matter of minutes with the most skilled and advanced pre-hospital care possible. AMT, dedicated to providing a better life through better health. And as you'll hear a little later on from WCBU, and we mentioned in our newscast yesterday as well, they've signed, they being AMT, a 5-year extension of their agreement and contract with the city of Peoria. But that's news, and that's Mike Dentino reporting.
Thanks, Roger. We'll head out from here. One of the most despicable killings in American history took place in Minneapolis yesterday morning. 23-year-old mentally deranged transgender Robin Westman went on a shooting rampage at a Catholic school, killing 2 children and injuring 17 others, 14 of them also children. 2 of the wounded children are in critical condition. Police say Westman was armed with a rifle, shotgun, and pistol when he started shooting through the windows at the children as they prayed during Mass. An 8-year-old and a 10-year-old were killed as they sat in a pew. Officers said the gunman killed himself in the church parking lot, but left behind writings indicating that she was filled with hate, especially for Donald Trump. One of the gun magazines had written on it, "Kill Donald Trump." Another reminder that the hateful and public attacks on the president can influence dangerously and mentally unstable people. People like 20-year-old Thomas Crooks at Butler, Pennsylvania, and 58-year-old Ryan Roth in West Palm Beach, Florida. Some employees working for FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, have been placed on leave. They signed a letter claiming another hurricane like Katrina could happen under President Trump's leadership. They said the climate in the department could be a cause. Not everyone on the other side of the political aisle is unhappy with the president. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser credits Trump with bringing down crime in the capital city. She said so at a news conference yesterday. The U.S. Department of Transportation is sending more than $8 million for airports in Peoria and Bloomington. That word comes from Democrat Senators Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth. The Bloomington Airport is receiving a little over $500,000, while more than $7 million in federal funding is designated for the General Wayne Downing facility. The money will be used for infrastructure updates. And Peoria police arrested a 21-year-old Kayana Polk in a hit-and-run incident that injured a 22-year-old pedestrian Tuesday night. Polk allegedly hit the man on Wisconsin and Fry and drove off. She was later grabbed by police a few blocks away and has been charged with aggravated battery with a motor vehicle, hit and run, reckless driving, and failure to report an accident with personal injury. No word on the man's condition. And finally, Peoria firefighters had to use the jaws of life to rescue a driver trapped inside his vehicle yesterday morning on North Adams and Morton Street. It happened around 11:30 a.m. The victim was taken to a local hospital. His present condition is unknown. And Roger, that's it for news at the bottom of the hour.
Yeah, if you may, I was involved in reporting medical conditions, et cetera, and so forth, not only with Methodist Hospital for 25 years, but as a co-founder of the Illinois Hospital Public Relations Society, and along with the Illinois Hospital Association, we developed a standard of conditions, and those conditions are good, fair, serious, and critical. That's it. And unfortunately, so many news outlets, and including other governmental units, will give the term stable as a condition. It is not a condition, because you can be in stable shape or condition when you're critical, as well as the other end of the spectrum in good condition.
Right.
So when they say stable, okay, but what kind of condition are they in? Is it critical? Is it serious, fair, or good?
Yeah.
And that's why I indicated a police report said he was in stable condition. Well,
Well, who made that up?
well, it's just like, with due respect to a certain elected official who has used the word guarded, and there's no such condition as guarded condition.
Does that
It
mean
doesn't
he's-
exist.
Does that mean he's handcuffed to the bed?
Well, interestingly, that's funny, because I saw a cartoon that made fun of people who use the word guarded condition, and it was that. A guy was next to a hospital bed holding a shotgun, and it was a police officer. That is a guarded condition.
Yeah.
I mean, really guarded, as a matter of fact, for that matter. Anyway, let's get into the weather. A presentation of your hometown community bank's division of Morton Community Bank, employee-owned, locally operated. You can still choose a hometown bank at hometownbanks.com, member FDIC.
Sunny, pleasant today, Roger. High 83. Tonight, clear skies and low 59. Tomorrow, sunshine, high 78. Saturday and Sunday, sunny, 80 both days. Right now, it's 61 at the wazoo.
Since I'm on a rant this morning somewhat, another funny report is that when they announced that the victim of the shooting was taken to the hospital by private car.
Private car.
Yeah. Why not just say car? What do you mean private?
Borrowed the name.
Are you trying to say that they didn't go by taxi?
Or bus?
Or bus, yeah, or truck,
car.
by private truck, or by private train, for that matter. At any rate,
I don't know.
that's the news, and editorial opinion as well. Well, as much as I don't want to, because it's so depressing about the shooting in Minneapolis, I do want to bring up about who knew what and when did they know that this shooter was Officer Rocker.
Yeah.
The red flags were there. You can't hide mental illness, particularly from family members. I understand that the guns he had were all purchased within the Minneapolis gun laws and Minnesota gun laws and so forth, because they were owned, I think, by his mother. Did I read that correctly?
I don't know. I haven't. One of the things, and I haven't read anything since 4 o'clock this morning. So I have the mother, for my observation, has been conspicuously absent from almost anything I've seen in the news
Oh,
reports
yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
No, leave the mother alone, apparently,
Well,
according to the
she-
national
she-
media.
She worked there.
Yeah,
She
right,
worked at the school.
right. Which
At the time of the shooting
no,
or
no,
at
she
one
ret-
time?
like 2 years,
She'd
2
been
or 3 years
retired for a
before
couple
she
years.
retired,
Yeah.
she was apparently, it's been reported, she was a school secretary there, which having been raised in Catholic schools most of my life, I would be gobsmacked if that meant her child didn't also attend school, unless she wasn't working there when the kid was elementary school age.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's, like I said, we're missing any number of pertinent facts at
Yeah.
this point.
They'll come out.
They'll come out. But I mean, I haven't heard anything about the mom, which my first thought was either she's gone off across the Canadian border and gone into hiding, or they found her in a pool of her own blood at home because she was the first victim. I don't know.
Oh.
That
Really?
well, I don't know. I'm just
Okay.
saying I haven't heard anything about her one way or the other. So I'm
We
wondering.
heard that though.
Well, the one thing they
Maybe.
did mention is that she signed off on his
Name
request
change, right?
for
Because they
gender
changed.
change.
Well, they changed the name. I mean, I
From
don't
Robert
know
to Robin.
to
Okay. yeah.
Robert to Robin. The mom did that when the child was still a minor. I didn't see.
Well, that automatically makes you a female then, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
what
yeah,
else do you
so,
need?
yeah.
What else do you need? But the thing of it is, I don't know. Again, I'm a little shy on exactly how old the perpetrator was here. The guy, I mean, if they don't
Was
have
it
a criminal
22?
record,
Is he
22?
Yeah, he looked to
something
be-
like
yeah, I think
something
around
like that.
20
Okay,
something, yeah.
so this person could legally own guns in their own right because they didn't have a criminal record. That's been reported so far. And unless you've got a criminal record, most states you can buy a long gun at 18, and
What do you mean long gun?
like a rifle or a shotgun.
Okay.
And you can, in almost every jurisdiction that allows you to own a gun, you can buy a pistol at 21.
Yeah, I have a question for the two of you, and our listeners can weigh in if they like as well at 9664044. And that is, this guy was apparently dressed somewhat in black
In black.
garb, and he was carrying a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol.
Right.
Did anyone drive by as he got out of his car
I
and
don't know
walk
where
to
I don't
the
know where he
side
parked. I
and
don't know.
just totally ignore it? He had to be seen by somebody
Right.
driving by.
Right.
And did people, and if they did, they probably feel bad now, as they should. If I saw somebody like that, I would pull off to the side, get on my cell phone. There's a guy
Immediately call.
walking down the
Right.
street carrying a couple of long guns, as you
Right.
described them, and I think you ought to investigate it. And he's around a Catholic school or
Well,
a school.
Keep in mind, going to mass before class was a day like during my school years at St. Mark's. Lent, you went to every day before school. You went to mass
Yeah,
every
just like
single
a back
day.
to school, I think.
And this
mass.
and back to school mass, but there is no more deserted area in a neighborhood than the outside of a church after mass starts. With the occasional exception of the people, and I hate to say I was usually one of them that was tried to scurry in before the offertory so that it would count. But churches the outside of a church is almost deserted after mass starts because
Yeah.
everybody's inside.
Everybody, yeah.
So
Somebody, however, and I'll argue this till my eyes are closed. Somebody knew this guy.
yeah.
Somebody, and probably more than somebody, knew that he had flipped his cork and was acting strangely, and he did post some things.
Right.
I don't know what time of the day or night that he posted what he posted, and it's interesting that there were people censoring certain things during the political campaign by a certain party, et cetera, and so forth. But no one talks about, hey, this guy just posted some crap
Right.
that they need to find
Well, it's
out
the
who
old-
he is,
it's
and
the-
they need to bring him in immediately.
It's the old problem. We don't have facilities, areas, or whatever
Or processes for that
processes
matter.
for
Yeah.
people who have mental conditions in our society.
But even if you had it, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make
Right.
him drink.
Well,
it.
I would
You can't put
assume-
somebody in a mental facility without a court order.
No, but let's assume that his parents knew that this kid was a little bit goofy. But what are they going to do with him?
Well,
They don't
this
have a
is-
place to take him. They
This
don't
is
have
this is another case where you've got a desperately unhappy person,
yeah.
and one of the things that I'm kind of wondering, of all the things I've heard mentioned about this person, you know what I haven't heard about?
What's that?
Dad.
Good point.
I haven't heard one thing about Dad in the picture
Yeah,
anywhere.
you're right. You're on the air with Roger and Terry and.
Good morning. This is Officer Parker. How you guys
Yeah,
doing?
what do you
Friendly.
Yes. What do you think, Ed?
I mean, we go over drills time and time again to try to prepare kids for horrible things like this because it's just happening way too often anymore. And you're dead on. I mean, everything you guys are saying is dead on because somebody had to notice something. You know, you can't walk around with a rifle. I see videos all the time because we got to do research on this because they're going to go study it now. They're going to go check to see if there was cameras around in the community or cameras on poles somewhere and say, hey, didn't someone see this dude? Why didn't somebody call this in? It's always what they call it, Monday back quarterback or whatever it is.
Monday
where
morning
they go back
quarterbacking.
afterwards. I mean, the moral of the story is, once again, it's an unnecessary death that had to occur because somebody dropped the ball on something. And, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just hate hearing about it because this is the type of work that I do. I'm the guy that has to make sure the people in the building are safe.
What is so
And
hurtful?
every other officer in the community, in the city, in the county, and federal level. I mean, we the people that got to stand up and say, hey, that's not allowed, cut it out. And it just seems to be getting more tragic. I don't know, every time.
Can't
It's like
get
the
much
guy that
worse
did
than this, does it? I said, I don't think it can get worse than shooting children praying during Mass. It just now, as an officer, you're driving into the park or not in the park, and you see somebody acting suspiciously, I'm willing to bet that you'll pull the car over and get out and say, what's going on, pal?
Absolutely, because you just never know what someone's going through. You can ask a few questions without being intrusive or blaming or anything and say, hey, are you okay? Is something I could do? You need a meal or something? Are you hungry, thirsty, tired? You know what I'm saying? That you got resources? That's just kind of what we do. You know, you patrol the areas and you try to pay attention to those unusual things before it becomes a horrible situation like we're dealing with now. I mean, I don't know.
Well, and how about this? I don't know about what your neighborhood was like when you were growing up, but I remember everybody in the neighborhood knew who I was and knew who every kid in the neighborhood, and they knew their personality, et cetera. It is hard for me to believe that whoever lived next to this kid, this guy, and his mother knew what he was like. And so that raises the question, have we developed the attitude that I'm not going to get involved? I'm not going to report that this guy is spooky because then I might get into trouble.
Right. Well, I mean, this is kind of the extension of, decades ago there was a Kitty Genovese case in New York where a woman was murdered in an alley while people all around watched and heard her screaming, heard her cries for help, and everybody else thought someone else was going to do. It's social isolation, and now it's even worse because we're all connected through the internet, and which ultimately isolates all of us from everyone else around us. We're no longer members of a community because people aren't looking out their window to see little Johnny's, smacking a cat around, or, someone's doing something nice for someone else. I mean, neighbors used to look out for each other just because, hey, we were boring. We didn't have all these diversions. We didn't have TV. We didn't have iPads. We didn't have things that we could use to doom scroll. But that does nothing but isolate us. And in our isolation, we're letting people like this the shooter in this case slide under the radar unnoticed and unattended to. I mean, like I said before, this person was obviously and gravely unhappy with life generally. Now, could someone have changed that? Yeah, quite possibly. But this person was allowed to, or was either allowed to slip through the cracks or was ignored. And you got to start. I mean, where was the family? Where this person obviously had a mother and a father. What happened to them? Were there siblings? I suspect, we haven't heard about any of that, so it's kind of an unknown right now. But like we were saying before, someone knew. Someone lived next door. There was an aunt or an uncle. There's a friend. There were classmates. And
Somebody knew something.
These are all stories that are going to come out, and we're going to find out probably that this person was, it had a very unhappy life, that, a life that was filled with some sort of injury or tragedy or damage that was unattended. And the discussion's going to revolve around one thing and one thing only: guns, 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 guns. And the discussion needs to start revolving around what are we doing as a community, and we need a lot more work in the mental health area, and we need options for people that we can use to intervene. Something short of just snatching them up, throwing them in a straitjacket, and tossing them in a dark room.
Well, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Well, I mean,
Anyway,
in some cases, yeah.
Yeah, and will, as an example, as resource officers, will there be maybe at the next meeting discussion about watching for symptoms and red flags?
It's strange that you said that, Roger. We literally just had an active shooter thing. We literally just had a meeting and had that, like, literally right before all the stuff happened here as of recently. So, I mean, we can have as many meetings as we want to, and I'm not saying that doesn't help. But like you said, the truth be told is you just have to be aware to be alive. You got to be a little more active in the community.
Yeah.
And that. I mean, it's no magic wand waving and everything's fixed. It's not. It's a lot of hurt people in this world, and it's a lot of mentally disturbed people in this world. And it ain't like it used to be like, oh, that guy's crazy, let's leave him alone. It's not like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not. It's like it's a different situation every time. And like you said, like they're gonna research it, come find out, oh, that guy used to kick cats, and something's gonna come out about him where people be like, so you didn't think that was strange?
Yeah.
You think that was someone should have said something to somebody about, a counselor, a therapist, somebody? And I don't know. Like I said, making harsher gun laws is not going to change anything, because the people who are following the rules with the guns, they ain't worried about it. They're just trying to protect their homes and family and property like anybody else. It's the people who aren't paid attention to, who need help, that aren't getting the help that they need. Those are the ones that, we got to figure out a way to be a little more observant of those type of things. And the fact that it was during like a situation where the people were at church and praying, and that's I don't know, that's just really scary. So I didn't want to say too much, because it's a scary situation when it's all said and done. But we need to pray for the families of the ones who are lost and the ones who dealing with this, because there's so many lives that's been changed because of this. I just wanted to say God bless America, and we got to focus on trying to help people a little more.
Amen to that. Thanks, Ed, for calling in. Appreciate it as always.
All right, y'all take care. God bless. Have a great day.
You bet. Ed Parker, resource officer with School District 150 in Peoria. We have news, weather, sports coming up. We'll have more to talk about. Again, you're welcome to join us at 309-966-4044. And we'll continue on WAZU FM 90.7 in wonderful Peoria, Illinois, and also on YouTube. Good morning to all you folks as well. good morning, everyone, and welcome to Breakfast with Roger and Friends. If you're just awakening and a part of our program this morning, we start with a check of the weather on this beautiful, and I mean beautiful, Thursday morning. And the weather brought to you by Matt Wall, CPA with Gordon Stockman Wall. For more than 40 years, Matt has been handling tax returns and other financial matters for individuals and businesses, large and small. You can reach him later this morning at 309-692-4030.
Really nice day today, Roger. High 83 tonight. Clear skies, low 59. Tomorrow, sunshine, high 78. Saturday and Sunday, sunny in the 80s both days. Right now, it's 61 at the Wazoo.
And a check of the news brought to you by Realtor Kathy Reynolds, a brilliant real estate. She's available to help you buy and or sell your next home. Experience counts. You can count on Kathy Reynolds. Her phone number 309-696-2162. Here's Mike Dadino with our lead story.
Thanks, Roger. One of the most despicable killings in Americans' history took place in Minneapolis yesterday morning. 23-year-old mentally deranged transgender Robert or Robin Westman went on a shooting rampage at a Catholic school, killing 2 children and injuring 17 others, 14 of them also children. 2 of the wounded children are now in critical condition.
Police say Westman was armed with a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol when he started shooting through the windows at the children as they were praying during Mass at the school. An 8-year-old and a 10-year-old were killed as they sat in a pew praying.
Officers said the gunman killed himself in the church parking lot, but left behind writings indicating that he was filled with hate, especially for Donald Trump. On one of the gun magazines was written, "Kill Donald Trump." Another remindful that the hateful and public attacks on the president can influence dangerously mentally unstable people. People like 20-year-old Thomas Crooks at Butler, Pennsylvania, and 58-year-old Ryan Roth in West Palm Beach, Florida. Some of that hateful rhetoric is coming from across town at the Democratic National Committee summer meeting.
Chairman Ken Martin called Trump a dictator. He said, "I'm sick and tired of bringing a pencil to a knife fight." Minnesota Governor Tim Walz called Trump a fascist and said he hoped his fat ankles would cause him problems in reference to the president's circulatory medical issues.
The negative rhetoric is now being directed at Melania Trump. A Vanity Fair editor expressed outrage that the magazine was considering putting the First Lady on the cover of the magazine. In a rant, the unnamed co-editor said that if that happens, he and many other staffers at the publication would walk off the job.
And some employees working for FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, have been placed on leave. They signed a letter claiming another hurricane like Katrina could happen under President Trump's leadership. They said the climate in the department could be a cause.
Not everyone on the other side of the political aisle is unhappy with the president, however. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser credits Trump with bringing down the crime in the capital city. She said so at a news conference yesterday.
The U.S. Department of Transportation is sending more than $8 million for airports in Peoria and Bloomington. That word comes from Democrat Senators Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth. The Bloomington Airport is receiving a little over $500,000, and it will get $7 million in federal funding. Is designated for General Wayne Downing facility. The money will be used for infrastructure updates.
Peoria police arrested 21-year-old Kiana Polk in a hit-and-run incident that injured a 22-year-old pedestrian Tuesday night. Polk allegedly hit the man on Wisconsin and Fry and drove off. She was grabbed by police a few blocks away and has been charged with aggravated battery with a motor vehicle, hit-and-run, reckless driving, and failure to report an accident with personal injury. No word on the man's condition.
Peoria firefighters had to use the jaws of life to rescue a driver trapped inside his vehicle yesterday morning on North Adams and Morton Streets. It happened around 11:30. The victim was taken to a local hospital. His condition is unknown. And Roger, I'm happy to report that this year marks the 80th anniversary of the eye-catching Tomatina Festival. You guys know what that is?
Never heard of it. I'm sorry.
It's a festival in Spain, and there's thousands of people who participate. And what they do is they throw tomatoes.
Oh, I saw that on television. Yeah, you know,
I think we need more stuff like that. Let's throw tomatoes at each other.
Yeah,
Okay.
it gives you an opportunity to get rid of your aggressive feelings. Like there are times when I get frustrated on I-74. And if I could throw a tomato at the other driver, I'd feel a heck of a lot better. As long as, you know, I didn't distract him from
driving,
But I saw that, and my immediate reaction was, look at all those tomatoes that they could be sending to countries with starving people.
Yeah, I think some of them are rotten tomatoes.
Yeah.
And
You mean the people or
maybe
the vegetable? But by the way, is a tomato a vegetable or a fruit?
It's a fruit.
It's a fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not using a tomato in a fruit salad.
that was yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a winner. Any way you look at it, for that matter.
Okay, a little
What's your
knowledge.
favorite use of tomato?
Oh, no question. It's
BLT?
no
Oh, well,
tomato
pardon me,
sauce.
I didn't mean to.
tomato sauce for my pasta.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
But what makes that delicious is what you add to it besides
Well,
the tomato.
you add-
so
yeah.
whether it's going to be spicy or not. I'm not big on spicy things.
Well, I mean, I like a little spice in mine, but my grandmother's, I still have my grandmother's
Recipe?
tomato sauce recipe,
No
and it's not
kidding.
spicy, but
Really
I mean,
good.
Have you ever had? It's not Italian. It's I don't know if it's Chinese or Japanese. Shishuka.
No, he plays for the Cubs. He's a left fielder. Sashi Suzuki.
No, it's
You sucker.
No, I just had it at a restaurant in Wisconsin, and I made it myself. I made the dish myself. About
You
a month ago.
did?
Shishuki, I think, is what it is. It's
No, I
a
don't even know what it
tomato
is.
based, and then there's a couple of eggs on top.
Fried eggs?
Are they
or
fried or poached?
hard-boiled?
I think
Poached?
they're poached.
Poached?
I put
Nobody
poached on
eats
mine.
poached eggs anymore.
Let me look this up here. No, yeah, you don't eat poached. Oh, poached eggs
I
are
haven't.
good for you.
I loved it. They came in. You had to have a special cup, right?
well, you
For a
don't have
poached
to.
egg?
I mean, you can just poach eggs in water. The cup makes it convenient,
Yes.
but
Oh, no,
I
I'm
mean-
not finding it. Shishuki. No, I don't know how to
I
spell
couldn't
it.
even tell. Yeah,
Well,
I couldn't
see,
tell you how to
I've got
spell it.
We'll be
so.
back with Betty Crocker
Yeah,
after
I'll
we.
look it up. I'll find the recipe for you.
Okay, find the recipe while we hear from WCBU.
From the WCBU newsroom, I'm June Delahunty. Advanced Medical Transport and the City of Peoria have finalized an extension of the city's ambulance service for at least 5 years. The City Council unanimously approved the new franchise agreement with emphatic support. Mayor Rita Ali says it's a positive development in reversing what has, at times, a strained relationship.
I think it's a strong agreement that includes more efficiency, it includes more quality, more training, more tools, and overall more value.
The agreement begins after the current 20-year contract expires on December 1st of next year. The Peoria Citizens Committee for Economic Opportunity is again in need of a new CEO, following Tuesday's resignation of Denise Moore after just 4 months. Moore cited a need to help with her ailing parents in the Chicago area, but also pointed to dysfunction within the board of the embattled Social Services Agency.
They are more involved in the day-to-day activities, and I try to impress upon them that you will have no day-to-day activity if the strategic direction and the financial health of the organization are not put back on track.
Earlier this month, the agency was stripped of nearly $3 million in low-income home energy assistance program and community services block grant funding. Democratic Congressman Eric Sorensen, whose 17th district includes parts of Peoria, says the Trump administration's efforts to cut staff and close offices at the Social Security Administration are part of an effort to privatize the program. Sorensen says closing field offices will make it harder for people to figure out their benefits, especially when fewer staff will be taking calls.
This administration, Donald Trump, doesn't want this to work. And he wants to destroy it so that he can privatize it. the way that he wants.
Social Security is expected to become insolvent by 2034. Illinois Democrats are condemning President Donald Trump's efforts to end the state's cashless bail pretrial system. Trump's new executive order aims to revoke federal funds from places that have eliminated cash bond, which Illinois did in 2023. State Representative Justin Slaughter of Chicago led the effort through Springfield.
Major achievements like pretrial fairness and what we've done by ending cash bail are actually having a positive and productive impact on our community.
Criminal justice advocates said the old system discriminated against low-income and minority defendants. I'm June Delahunty.
All right, let's get into the world of sports. For the vacationing Dr. Gene Sidler, yours truly, Roger Monroe, with what we have on the WAZU scoreboard, brought to you by BradleyFans.com. The Cubs are on the road. They played in San Francisco last night, the second game of their series against the Giants. Chicago, meanwhile, is leading the way for a wild card playoff berth. And they led last night, the Giants 3-1 after Nico Horner's 3-run four-bagger that took place in the second inning. But that's all she wrote, folks, because while they had a 3-1 lead, they wound up losing 12-3. It was, unfortunately for the Cubs, no contest. And let's take a look at the Cardinals. They were at home hosting the last place Pirates in the National League Central Division. They were leading Pittsburgh 1-0 going into the sixth inning. However, former Cardinal outfielder Tommy Pham hit a single for the Pirates, driving in 2 runs. They took the lead. Pittsburgh did 2-1. That's how they finished. 2-1 in favor of Pittsburgh over St. Louis. Turning to the American League, where the White Sox got clobbered. Last score I had was Kansas City 11, the Sox 1. And the Yankees beat Washington 11-2. Phillies shut out by the Mets 6-zip. And that's the WAZU scoreboard this morning. Thanks for joining us, and we are on YouTube, in case you're interested. You know, I don't know why this subject came up. Well, I'll tell you why. Some FEMA employees filed a petition demanding that they not lose their jobs, and I got to thinking two things. One, FEMA.
You said some female employees.
Yeah.
Sorry, FEMA. Okay.
FEMA, yes. What is it? The Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Yeah.
Any rate, I think it's been known for a number of years, regardless who's the president of the United States and who's in power, that it's almost next to impossible to fire a federal employee.
Yeah.
They seem to have an inherited right to show up whenever they want to, and whatever you can't fire them. And I thought, I'll ask our two distinguished panelists, have you ever been fired in your entire life?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been fired once.
Once?
Yeah.
Only once?
Yeah,
Well,
only
that's
once.
one nice going.
Yeah. Believe me, I deserved it.
I'm trying to think.
Well, first of all, you don't have to think. Just
I know I was threatened with
you
termination.
never been fired.
I can't. Oh no, yes, I was. I'm sorry, I just remembered one.
Okay.
But I was self-employed most of my life.
Yeah.
But my wife fired me one time.
I hope she didn't go to the higher level. Obviously,
No,
she's still around.
Didn't cost me half.
Yeah, okay. I was fired more than once.
Were you
fired,
really?
Yes. Well, what do you mean, are you really?
You seem like a
haven't
nice
lived-
guy.
Well, I thought I was too, but obviously it takes two.
So where you were
Well,
that
my
was
first
radio.
firing was as a kid. Me and my buddy, my dad dropped us off at the Krause Farms on Galena Road.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, and our job was to pick green beans and put them in a bushel. And you got paid, I think, $1.75 for every bushel. Now, I'm not talking about a peck,
Right.
you know, a bushel and a peck.
Yep.
Well, this was a bushel. And there was a kid that was there, and he filled his bushel up like grease lightning. And we said,
How'd you do that?
well, how'd you do that? And he says, well, you get a bunch of weeds and you put it in the bottom of the bushel. and that's how you do it. And so he went with his bushel up to get paid $1.75, and I guess he did because he didn't come back. Now, he may have been fired because we decided if it's going to work for him, it'll work for us.
Yeah.
So both my buddy and I might have been
man.
Ken Sutter, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't tell that about it. But at any rate, so we carried our bushel up to the farmer at Cross Farms, and what do you think the guy did first thing? Took the bushel and tipped it upside down,
Yeah.
and there were our weeds. He said, you're fired.
Oh,
I said, do I get $1.75? And he said, I'll give you $1.
so you were sticking it to the man.
No, he stuck it to me.
Yeah.
And so later in the day, when my dad came home after he closed his barber shop, he said, well, how'd things go today? I said, well, not too good. He said, you want to tell your dad about what happened? And he already knew.
Yeah, he
because
already
back
knew.
in those days, fathers knew, you know, everybody knew each other.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, I mean, how do you think you got the job in the first place?
Yeah.
Is,
yeah, and
you know, Dad sent you over there.
yeah, and you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly, you nailed it. And he said, "Do you think you learned your lesson?" I said, "Yeah." And I thought, "You're not going to hit me, are you?" No, but he did later, for that matter.
Yeah.
But firing it, I think, is healthy, even when it's unhealthy. If you know what I mean.
Well, if you take a lesson from it, it is. If you engage in some of the current millennial thinking that, well, it's not my fault, it was everyone. If you're going to blame everyone else for your own shortcomings, then it's being fired is just another job transition, of which you are bound to have many. I mean, one of the worst jobs I ever had, and worst I mean by physically arduous and difficult to do, was a couple summers I went out to El Paso, Illinois, and detasseled corn.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
I heard my late wife did detasseling. She lived in San Jose, and she used to tell the job, and that I don't know how you did it. A dirty job. You didn't get paid a lot of money. Hot
No.
and sweaty,
Yeah.
pollen in the air.
But the reason we started doing it was my mom went to St. Mary's of the Woods for college, and one of her classmates was Dolores Feaster. who was
Really, a
the daughter-
Feaster seed company.
Yeah.
Is that right?
And
Yeah.
in fact, my mom and my Aunt Angela, both of them were classmates of Dolores Feaster, and so we all drove out together. El Paso. We drive all the way out to El Paso. Oh my God! It
way
took
the heck out
forever.
there.
Because you had to be there at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a damn good thing you were, because by 1 o'clock, it wasn't just the heat and the humidity, which was quite terrible.
Stifling.
But if you were lucky, you got to ride the tractor, which was one of the strangest contraptions you'd ever seen. Did you
hang off of it, wouldn't you?
Well, they had these outriggers
Yeah.
that had these planks, and there was space, so you would stand on this like 2x6 plank, and it would go down the middle of the row, and there were two of you, one on either, one pointed right, one pointed left, and you had to pull the tassels off the corn.
That was that little brown
Yeah, the little brown top.
top of it.
Yeah.
So you pulled it out of
You
the
had
stalk.
you pulled it off the stalk and just dropped it on the ground as the tractor was moving.
Didn't that cut your hand or make your hands raw?
See, that was just
Or
it.
did you have gloves?
One of my, you learned if you lasted past the first day, you learned to bring gloves with you.
Yeah.
But one of my cousins was so, we didn't realize this till after the first day. He was deathly allergic to corn fibers.
Oh.
And the leaves have these tiny little fiberglass-like fibers on them. and he blew up like a balloon. He looked
yeah.
like the Michelin Man after the first day, and never came back. But I did that for a couple summers. It was good money, but man, by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 80, 85, 90 degrees with
Oh, I bet you
100%
got
humidity in
ready
that
to
corn.
pass out.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible.
Did you, you used to take, I think, because I knew the kids that used to do it. I never did it. But they take off the very top part and you chew it because it tastes just like corn. There'd be a little, something right on top of the tassel.
No, I don't know. I mean,
No,
I
you don't remember that
I
part?
never
No.
did it. I mean, I was happy to grab them, pull them off, and drop them.
Were
I
they
didn't have
easy?
anything else to do with it.
Did they come out easily, or did you
Yeah, it
have
came
a
out
little
pretty. I
bit?
mean, you had to give it a little pop, but you learned real quick to be fast, because it would remind you of that old "I Love Lucy" scene where Lucy and Ethel are trying to package chocolates,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything's coming down the line and backing up.
Oh yeah, that was
Because
a funny
The
bit.
guy driving the tractor, he didn't want to slow down.
Uh-uh.
And by God, you better not leak, because if you missed one, you look back, it was painfully obvious.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
if you missed one, they'd stop the tractor and make you hop off,
Are you
run
serious?
back,
And
pull
pull
that
it-
one off, and then you have to
Really?
run back
Well, yeah,
up.
because that would impregnate
Well, yeah,
a
'cause
lot of other corn.
The way they made hybrid corn at that
Yeah.
time
It,
was
so it
that
doesn't generate. Or
you would
so it doesn't-
you would grow two rows next to each other of one variety of corn, and then there would be like 2 or 4 rows on either side of it of a different, and you only wanted it to germinate with the 2 middle rows. So you'd leave those tassels and take the tassels off the other one, so that when the corn would be fertilized, pollinated, it was only pollinated from those 2 rows, and that's how you made your hybrid. So there was no room for error.
How long was your lunch break?
Oh, half an hour.
That was it, huh?
You sat-
What'd you do? You got under a shade tree or something?
Oh yeah, you'd find whatever was shade. I mean, if there was a fat man, if there was shade, you sat in his shadow.
Stand there and
Would you have corn on the cob?
yeah.
By the time you got home, you didn't even want to see cornflakes. I want Captain Crunch or Honeycomb, anything.
Honeycomb, yeah. So,
my.
how many years did you do that?
I
Just
did
one?
that 2 summers.
Oh,
Why?
boy.
You actually went back to the.
Yeah, I mean,
What'd you get paid an hour?
Oh, crime! I don't even
About
remember.
50 cents an hour?
Yeah, I mean, it was something ridiculous, like $2 an hour, or maybe it might have even been $3 an hour. But whatever it was, it was.
But as a kid, that wasn't bad money.
It seemed like a lot of money at the time.
Sure, because you'd put in a good 8-10 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd get almost $100 paycheck at the end of the week.
That's a
And
lot
you
of
probably
money for
met a
kid.
lot of other kids too, didn't you? It was
Well,
kind of a
we
fun
were
thing.
we were
Could
the
be
city
fun.
we were the city slickers.
Yeah.
Everyone else was from like
From the rural areas.
Yeah, Godfrey
They knew how to
or
do it.
Minunk or
It wasn't it wet? I mean, when you got there that early in the morning, the
Some
dew.
dew.
It might be. Yeah.
So
it might
you were
be.
you were wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You were all wet?
the worst part of it is if it had been raining and
Oh,
the tractor
yeah.
was too wet for the tractor to go, then you had to walk the field.
Oh, you're
and
kidding.
that was even worse.
Yeah. But as high as corn gets today, if you walked it, I mean, you almost had to bend the stock over to
Oh yeah.
detassel.
I mean, it was far worse if you had to walk the field.
You'd think they'd have a machine that could do that.
Well, I mean, there are machines where basically it's like an elevated lawnmower.
Yeah,
just
goes through and cuts
the
them
top
off.
of it off.
Oh, is that what they
I don't.
do?
I don't know if
I don't
that's
know
what
if
they've
they
gone
do
to
that
now
or
or
not.
not.
You know how many ears of corn are on a stalk?
I don't know. 2, 3.
One.
Really?
I think there's only one ear.
Oh, I think you're full of it.
no,
There's more than
Yeah.
one.
No,
Is
I
there
think
any,
there's,
well, I'm going to call John Cross.
call a farmer.
Our
Well,
farmer.
I mean,
We gotta have a
that's
farmer.
possible because most, corn is a seed crop or like wheat, or it's a grass, and wheat only has, there's only one head on a stalk of wheat.
I
So
think
you
that's
may
true.
be right, but I thought there were at least 2.
No, I think it's just one.
Well,
And then
for a guy that's never detasseled, you seem to be kind of a.
Well, it says one or here it says 1 or 2. AI says
Yeah.
typical corn says 1 or 2, but This can, depending on the variety, so 1 or 2.
Okay. Yeah, see, we weren't
But
too
I think most
concerned.
of them only have 1. You know how many kernels on a?
No idea.
No, that varies. If you bought corn in the store, you get corn, some that are small and some are large. What do you mean, how many kernels are on a corn?
How many? I got a better question. Is how many generals are on a corn?
Yeah. I have a better question for you. Can you tell from the road whether they're raising seed corn or sweet corn
Or popcorn.
or popcorn?
Well, that's true.
They're apparently on Route 9 between Mackinac and Tremont. There are farms raising popcorn.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I know field corn is generally a lot taller. If I
Now,
remember.
Yeah,
it
field
was real-
corn is what? Seed corn? That's
Like
the same.
For
Is
feed,
that the same? Yeah.
for feed
for
for
cattle.
animals.
It was real hot the past couple of weeks. When it was, would that pop then?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
It wasn't that hot. I'd like to pop your head sometime. Yeah,
I don't know.
This is. I think we need to take a break for a message.
take a break.
Yeah. The crowd is.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Illinois.
This message presented by the IHSA and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
Did either one of you guys ever go to a sporting event and boo the official? I did regularly. I mean, that's part of the game.
That's part and parcel of
Yeah.
the game.
No,
Yeah, boo.
no, I was a polite.
You were.
Yeah.
In other words,
I didn't go to a lot of them.
You were a wimp.
Well, they had.
Hey, if I've got a relative down on the field and they get a bad call, it's
Yeah.
obviously because the ref is blind.
Yes, exactly right. And partisan. I remember going to when my grandson was at Champaign Centennial, and they had a football game in Normal. Now, recognize when you go to Normal and you're from out of town, you're going to get ripped off. The officials are very pro. They're homers are what they are.
Yeah.
And I understand that. You know, you go down to Mount Vernon and football game, and where do the officials live? They live in Mount Vernon. Now, do you think they're going to do anything that when the game is over that's going to cause his friends and neighbors and relatives to get on him? You called that penalty against our team when we had a chance to win. So they're going to, and that's where they are in Normal. And so here we are at the game, and I don't mind too many bad calls, but when a bad call is made by a guy that is so fat that when he gets his shoe shine, he has to take their word for it. And they had this guy. They had this guy, and when he ran, his belly shook like a bowl full of cherry or whatever Jello or whatever it is, and he definitely was out of position most of the time. Coming on the field, he was out of position. But at any rate, the fans started getting well. In high school, they don't like that, and I was among those that was booing. And the official came over and talked to the coach for Champaign Centennial, and said, if you don't shut up, in so many words, I think he said a little more grammatically and less punitive language, I'm going to call a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty. The coach turned around, and I wasn't the only one that was yelling at the officials, and he said, people, don't boo the officiating. He's going to throw the flag on us. And everybody on the Centennial side turned and looked at me.
Well, it's nice, it's nice to know you have a leadership role.
Yeah. Yeah. You're on the cutting edge.
Like he was the guy that robbed the bank.
Yeah.
Now, my understanding, and I saw this at one of the very few games I went to, that a ref or a coach, this was a basketball game, so a ref, I don't mean coach, a ref, can kick a patron out. Not just a player, but he can kick a patron out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw him do it at a high school game in town here. The officials, some guy was yelling and screaming, and he kicked the guy out of the place.
Well, that
he stopped the game and kicked
that
him
happened,
out.
I believe, in a basketball game between, I won't mention who it was, but used to be a member of our staff, and that member and that member's mother were on the officials, and the referee came over and said, "One more word out of you, and we're going to throw you out of the arena." And
I
both
think they
of
can
them
do
sat
that,
down.
right?
Yeah.
They can-
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Were you ever thrown out?
No, I wasn't that bad. My goodness, you know. And my son, I'm sure he's going to be watching this. He was as bad as I was.
Oh, really?
And then he turned to me and he said, "Dad, you need to tone it down."
Yeah.
And so I did.
Yeah.
And we lost the football game.
You
That's
see,
right.
My wife's the one that's she's very vocal.
Well, I'll bet you she played for the University of Illinois
I mean,
the women's basketball team.
She
knows sports.
I mean, she's forgotten more about sports than most people ever knew. She understands, like basketball in particular, she understands the rules and the nuance. And sometimes it's just unpleasant to sit next to her during a game because, okay, I think I'll just climb under my hat and disappear here. But yeah, she gets very unhappy with officiating if it's poorly done.
Well, then she's unhappy most of the time because, you know, Ed Murphy, I don't know if that name rings a bell, but he used to be a basketball referee. I forget what town he was in, but the fans literally were on the verge of being physical with him.
Oh,
And he laughed about it when he told us about it. He used to do sports on a program when we were on WOAM, that he was actually given a police escort out of town to make sure nothing physical would happen to him. So the life of a referee, particularly at the high school level, can be hazardous.
Sure.
Oh
Sure.
yeah, I have absolutely no doubt about that.
And doing this show sometimes can be hazardous.
Scary for sure.
But Ed Parker protects us, and I never worry with Ed Parker around. Well, let's get into the news at the bottom of the hour, brought to you by Bob Manning. He's financial advisor. He's also a senior vice president with the Grandview Capital Group at Morgan Stanley. When it comes to investment, think about Bob Manning, well-known, just an outstanding individual, community involved, by the way. And his phone number at, of course, Morgan Stanley, 309-671-4653. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. Mike, what do you have?
Well, Roger, one of the most despicable killings in American history took place in Minneapolis yesterday morning. 23-year-old mentally deranged transgender Robin Westman went on a shooting rampage at a Catholic school, killing 2 children and injuring 17 others, 14 of them also children. 2 of the wounded children are now in critical condition. Police say Westman was armed with a rifle, shotgun, and a pistol when he started shooting through windows at the children as they were praying during Mass. An 8-year-old and 10-year-old were killed as they sat in a pew. Officers said the gunman killed himself in the church parking lot, but left behind writings indicating that she was filled with hate, especially for Donald Trump. One of the gunman's magazines, on one of the magazines, the gunman had wrote hateful and public, let me back up here, had written, "Kill Donald Trump," another reminder that the hateful and public attacks on the president can influence dangerous and mentally unstable people, like 20-year-old Thomas Crooks at Butler, Pennsylvania, and 58-year-old Ryan Roth in West Palm Beach, Florida. Some employees working for FEMA the Federal Emergency Management Agency have been placed on leave. They signed a letter claiming that another hurricane like Katrina could happen under President Trump's leadership. They said the climate in the department could be a cause. Not everyone on the other side of the political aisle, however, is unhappy with the president. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser credits Trump with bringing down crime in the capital city. She said so at a news conference yesterday. The U.S. Department of Transportation is sending more than $8 million for airports in the Peoria and Bloomington area. That word comes down from Democratic Senators Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth. The Bloomington Airport is receiving a little over $500,000, while $7 million in federal funding is designated for the General Wayne Downing facility here in Peoria. The money will be used for infrastructure updates. Peoria police arrested 21-year-old Kayana Polk in a hit-and-run incident that injured a 22-year-old pedestrian Tuesday night. Polk allegedly hit a man on Wisconsin and Fry and drove off. She was grabbed by police a few blocks away and has been charged with aggravated battery with a motor vehicle, hit and run, reckless driving, and failure to report an accident with personal injury.
A quick question for an attorney.
Yep.
Why would anyone drive off after hitting someone?
Well, let's see.
Oh, they've been drinking.
Drinking,
on drugs?
On drugs.
No driver's license, maybe?
No driver's license, no insurance. I mean, there's a myriad of reasons why, that wasn't me. Not my car. I wasn't in the car. The car pulled over on the side of the road, and I had nothing to do with it. It wasn't me.
How can you though, as a human being, hit someone with your vehicle and leave them lying in the street? You have to have
no
some
connection. I mean, people have no connection and no sense that they're personally responsible for anything.
Okay.
I
thought I'd ask the question because I don't understand that. I don't think any one of the three of us would hit someone and say, "Gee, I got to get out of here," because you know you're going to get caught. So many houses have Ring cameras now,
and all over the city.
And all over the city,
Well, and God forbid that your conscience should bother you because you've injured someone and feigned, oh, did I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
that's a tough way to go.
People have been raised by wolves, it seems. And that's the better ones.
Well, on a lighter note, Roger, there's a zoo in Denmark that has asked patrons to donate their pets, not as attractions, but for food.
Oh well.
Chickens, rabbits, guinea pigs form an important part of the diet for our predators, says the the zoo, especially the European lynx, which needs whole prey that resembles what it would naturally hunt in the wild. In zoos, we have a responsibility to initiate the natural food chain of the animals.
Why don't they donate their fingers?
in terms of
they think that's so
animal
important.
welfare and professional integrity.
And then they could donate their fingers and say, here's some finger food.
They don't have to prepare they just have to tell them they're going to die.
Yeah, well, see, that's preparation in and of itself right there.
And we're not talking about the letter H either.
There's the question I have: do they take mother-in-law?
I don't know what kind of animal.
Well, thanks for interjecting. Were you done with the news?
Well, there was one.
Yeah, once you finish the news.
Final.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Take it
I'm
easy.
sorry.
Yeah.
But I just thought that
You need some.
that's a true story.
You need some sugar.
I don't doubt
They
that.
wanted I get some sugar.
Okay.
And finally,
Yes.
Peoria firefighters had to use the jaws of life to rescue a driver trapped inside his vehicle yesterday morning on North Adams and Morton Street. It happened around 11:30. The victim was taken to a local hospital, but his condition is currently unknown.
Have you ever watched Use the Jaws of Life?
Yep.
Yeah.
Those things are amazing.
They're pretty cool.
And what they do to a car is just it's like watching Terry eat a pretzel. I mean, it is.
It's like watching Godzilla rip off a...
Yeah, well, it's a tool that I do not yet have, but who knows? Maybe
Yeah,
there's-
you may
maybe
sometime.
there's a Christmas present in my future.
All right, we're going to have the weather, and it's brought to you by Spoon River Home Health. They've been around since 1993, providing home health care, locally owned and operated. Spoon River Home Health, those folks available 24/7, and their phone number 309-245-0723.
Well, Raj, it's going to be a great day today. It's going to be very pleasant today. High 83 tonight. Clear skies, low 59. Tomorrow, sunshine. Highs 78. Saturday and Sunday, sunny 80 both days. Right now, we're still sitting around 61-ish at the wazoo. Roger.
And we are sitting around, and you've got that right. Hey, this day in history, put on your thinking caps, and both of you are members of the Catholic faith, so you ought to be able to get this answer.
Okay.
And I'm going to make it as easy as I can for you, because I don't want you guys to wind up going to purgatory. This is...
They got rid of that.
Okay. August 28th, 1774.
Oh, recently.
A famous Catholic saint was born. Who was it?
That would be St. Aloysius.
Incorrect.
Who is he a patron saint of, or for?
You're asking a Methodist for that question.
Well, all saints are patron saints of something.
Yeah, that's why they're a saint.
So it doesn't say that in your what he's a patron saint of or for. No, I
is
guess
he
it doesn't.
is he an American saint or is he a
No, it'd
European
be a foreign.
saint?
That'd be a foreign.
America's first native born, so that ought to settle your hash.
Oh, that would be
Catholic saint.
native born. So that would be here in America.
Born in America.
So
Well,
that
it
would be
wasn't quite
Saint
American
Saint
yet.
Geronimo.
Oh.
No, that was an Indian saint.
I know. Well, wouldn't that be an early?
Your answer is incorrect.
Okay. So it's
well-
a United States saint.
Well, it says first native born.
Okay.
That would be, I don't know if you
native
know
of what?
I said, America. I don't know whether
America.
you can make a connection between the word America and United States, but when I grew up, I think it meant the same thing. You boob.
Well, I don't know where you were speaking from, but okay. So in 17.
And she wound up,
Oh, she. There's a hint.
yes, she wound
Saint
up
Teresa.
marrying a
No.
shipping tycoon when she was 19 years old, and she wound up with, guess how many children? This might be because she's a saint.
Yeah, well,
5 children.
Well,
After
I had
her
5.
husband died, what do you think he died of back in 1770?
typhoid.
No? We had a facility just for those patients.
Tuberculosis.
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
tuberculosis.
He died of tuberculosis. Then she turned to the Catholic Church for support in 1805. She became a vocal proponent of free education for all children and opened a St. Joseph's Academy and free school in Maryland. She took her vows to become a nun in 1809, launching the Sisters of Charity of St. Joseph soon after her initiation. The Catholic Church canonized her in 1975 for her vital contributions to the growth of America Catholicism.
Teresa?
Either, or maybe Mother Cabrini.
No?
No,
It wasn't Teresa.
Teresa wasn't Cabrini.
I was going to be a priest.
Her first name is
I
the
found out what
same.
nun meant.
Her first name, children. Her first name is the same name of a queen of England.
St. Elizabeth.
Okay, so you have Elizabeth. That's the first name.
Okay. I'll be spending time in purgatory anyway, so
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't matter much.
Yeah, I got a one-way ticket for
Yeah.
that.
And the last name, although the spelling was different, was the name of the character in the famous Christmas show that's black and white.
I'll bet a listener's already told us what that is. A Christmas show.
starring Jimmy Stewart. Remember the name?
Well,
of
that would be It's a Wonderful Life. It's
Yes.
a movie.
Mhm.
And
Oh, well,
So who was the
Kendra has the answer here.
Well, now you do too.
Well, now I do too. So are you done
I'm
guessing?
just
Yeah, I'm
no,
done
no. Wait a minute. You're disqualified.
I won't say it.
Okay, but see if you can get who was the name of the character, the main character, George what?
George what?
Yeah.
George, is that George Foreman?
No. No, he had the cooker or whatever. Oh, I give it. Her name was. Go ahead.
Elizabeth Seton.
Oh, Mother
No.
Seton.
No, that is incorrect.
No?
No? Sorry, Kendra, you're wrong.
Mhm.
'Cause,
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I mean, the two women that I'm thinking of, like there was Seton and Mother Cabrini.
This was Elizabeth Ann Bailey.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
the Bailey
Does that ring a bell?
Savings and Loan.
Do you?
Oh, yeah,
both of you?
Yeah, the
Bailey's-
Bailey Savings and
Yeah,
Loans.
Bailey
does,
Savings
yeah.
and Loan. I remember that, but I don't remember.
I don't remember that saint. I've never heard of that
yeah, I
saint.
don't remember her.
Patron
And
saint of what?
apparently neither did Kendra.
It doesn't say. Oh, let me look up what she's a patron. Probably the patron saint of knowledge or something
Yeah.
like that.
Something that's missing from the show.
But see, that would,
Knowledge.
well,
Well, I'm sorry that
yeah, it was the. I
throw a
remember,
curveball at my two favorite Catholics.
Yeah,
Well, that
I-
was.
I remember
old.
like Napoleons and Viatorians as being, big educators in the Catholic faith.
Oh, you know what? No, here. That's not accurate. There is no Saint Bailey. The saint is Elizabeth Ann Seton. N-E-E, born Bailey, B-A-Y-L-E-Y. So she was born Bailey, but she was sainted
Yes.
as
Seton.
Elizabeth Ann Seton. She's a patron saint of Catholic
Yeah.
schools.
And she she was married to the shipping tycoon William Maggie Seton. So
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So she was
Kendra is correct.
right. Kendra is correct, and she's the patron saint of Catholic schools,
Yeah.
widows, converts, the state of Maryland, and seafarers.
Oh,
So there you go.
I didn't know it. I did
So
not
it was.
know that.
So Kendra was correct.
She was correct. You were wrong, and
But
but
you were wrong too.
well, no, her
Oh,
name.
yes, you were.
Her name was no. It's well. First of all, I'm not writing this crap.
Sure.
I'm just
Blame
reading.
the publisher.
Yeah, blame the publisher.
Well, that's like going to the dictionary and you read what it's in the dictionary, and some clown on YouTube says you're wrong. Well, I'm not wrong. I'm just reading what it says here.
You know,
I would
the word
quit,
misspelled.
but I'm not
was
going to quit.
misspelled in the dictionary. Anyway, never mind.
At any rate, her real name was Elizabeth Ann Bailey.
Okay.
And then she got married.
She did get married.
And then he kicked the bucket,
He
and
crapped
but
out.
she kept his name apparently.
And was
but
her-
they
and-
didn't say this. Where's the camera? They didn't say that in
Yeah.
what I'm reading.
Right.
And then it's the same old stuff. You're shooting the messenger.
Well, the messenger's the only one around to take the bullet.
I know.
Yeah,
no,
well,
that's right.
And here, I thought you researched this stuff. I thought you.
I did. I read it.
Well, no, you just
You
picked
know.
up and read it. That's not research.
Well, what do you want me to do? Get on the internet that always
I
tells
did.
that always tells the truth.
That just never a lie. Never a lie on the internet.
Yeah.
Absolute
Yeah.
100% truth.
Just for that,
Oh my.
I'm going to call on Smokey the Bear for help.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. You get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
And so will I, for that matter. You also
that's where it is.
mentioned that Seton Hall is a
I think
famous
that might have
Catholic
been-
university.
Yes,
And that might have been named after this,
Sister Seton.
I'm sure it is.
the saint,
Yes.
Sister Seton.
It was
Um,
founded in 1856 by Bishop James Roosevelt Bailey, and
There's
named,
Bailey
named
again.
after
Bailey
his
again.
named after his aunt, Saint Elizabeth Ann
There
Seton.
you go.
Yeah.
We've come
There you
full
go.
circle on
We,
this.
yeah,
We've
I don't know about the circle part, but
We wandered.
little square
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yes.
we wandered around it all.
it seems to be a little unfair, the attacks on the host of the show, though. Well, all he was doing
No, I
is
wasn't taking it
reading what
personal.
was.
Oh, you mean you
Well,
didn't-
I did take it personal. I've gotten a hold of Kevin Sullivan, and you're going to hear from him later on in the show.
He's hired an attorney over
Yeah.
this.
Well, yeah, you have
And
to.
he may have another good Catholic who may have gone. Who knows? Maybe
That's
he
right.
went to Seton Hall.
Yeah, Kevin
true.
Sullivan would know Sister Sarah.
Yes,
So-
or
right,
Seton.
he would
Well,
probably
Seton.
know.
He might know that.
He's
yeah.
probably
That's one
better
of my-
Catholic than both of us.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I won't
not far to
comment
go to
on.
get
I
better than
won't
me.
comment on that. That's one of the reasons I'm a Methodist. Yeah, that was one of my favorite movies, Sister Sarah and
Two Mules.
yeah, with
Clint
Shirley
Eastwood.
MacLaine and
Oh, that's right.
Clint Eastwood.
He
Yeah.
was a nun, and
Yeah.
Was he a priest in that?
No.
No.
No, she.
I'm not sure she was a nun.
No.
Oh.
I think she was.
She was masquerading.
Yes.
And then Clint
Oh,
found out about it a little later on.
Oh.
And they live happily ever after there.
Well-
He's still living, isn't he? Is Shirley MacLaine, is she still around, or did she hit the turf?
He's 97,
he's-
I think, or
For 10 points, he was the mayor of what city?
Of Carmel.
Carmel.
That's right.
And who was the other? Well, the most famous actor to be elected to office is
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan. And then who
Arnold
was
Schwarzenegger.
the other Republican who was elected and was killed in a skiing accident?
Oh, Sonny Bono.
That's right.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right.
Shirley MacLaine is 91 years old and still alive.
Wasn't she for a time? Didn't she go out into outer space?
Well,
with some,
she was out
She
there.
was out there,
Yeah,
Rod.
she's been out there for a long
for a long
time.
time. Yeah, yeah. She was the original alien, wasn't she?
Was
from
she?
outer
She was,
space?
thought she was reincarnated or something.
Yeah, well, I
and,
mean, she was primarily she started out as a dancer and became an actress. Let's see.
Yeah.
She thought she
looking around.
had 9 lives or something, or
Yeah,
Did she ever get married? And if so, to who and how many times? You have to
Let's
throw that
see.
in.
Shirley.
Well, how many times is that?
I need to find her biography. Let's see what it
Go to
says.
Would you go to her Wikipedia page?
Well, that's always accurate.
Wikipedia.
You know, they say on Wikipedia, if there are any errors, let us know. I tried that 2 or 3 times. How do you let them know?
Oh, were you on there? Did they have some bad stuff about you?
No,
on there?
no.
Oh.
This was about someone who had died. And can you explain to me why the internet on Facebook says today is so-and-so's birthday, and they've been dead for 5 years? Why do they do that? Can somebody say...
Oh.
I mean, I guess doesn't matter when you're dead, but your birthday never changes.
Yeah, your birthday's always the same.
Well, I know, but do you say happy birthday when somebody is deceased? I guess some people
yeah,
do.
I think so. I think
always thought that was kind of...
I see what you mean. I
Here's
guess. if you think
here's a
about
good
it.
question. Who is Shirley MacLaine's famous brother?
I know that.
Oh,
he was in Hairdresser. He was a hairdresser in Shampoo.
He was in Shampoo.
Warren Beatty.
Indeed, he
Warren
is.
Beatty?
Warren Beatty is her brother.
But he was kind of a nutcase too, wasn't he?
Well, he's a little.
But he was very
he's-
political. Put it
yeah.
that way.
Oh, was he a big politician?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I thought he was.
I mean,
But
he was.
we have a lot of those.
Yeah, he was. He has an opinion and wants everybody to know it,
Mhm.
as some actors are want to do. I mean, I think Shirley MacLaine was a little more famous for her
Popcorn.
her Broadway stuff. I mean,
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was
Was
on
she a
Broadway.
big Broadway actress?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Did she have it? She didn't have any big hit movies, did she?
Well, I mean, she had.
Well, she was good in that Sister Sarah. I thought she was wonderful.
Yeah,
in that
Sister
I don't
movie.
recall that show.
I'm trying to.
You don't recall it?
I don't.
She was riding a donkey and
Really? What
yeah.
was that rated?
You know, Clint Eastwood, was he ever in a clunker? I don't remember ever being in a bad movie.
I'm sure everybody does.
What was the
stinker
one
once
with
in
the
a while.
car?
Gran Torino.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of my favorite
That's
movies.
one of your favorites? Okay.
I love that movie.
I liked all the spaghetti.
Well, you're a car guy.
The spaghetti westerns
Yeah,
were
the-
great.
I love
Good, the Bad, the
spaghetti. I don't
Ugly.
know about the Western.
Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Hang 'em High, and for a few dollars more. It was a triple feature. I remember going to see that.
Fistful of dollars. was
Fistful of
that one?
Dollars, Hang 'em High.
Hang 'em high.
And
That
Good, the Bad,
movie.
the Ugly.
About,
For a few dollars more.
For a few, there was 3 of them. Then I went to a triple feature. I think at the Palace Theater.
Probably.
I was there all day long.
well,
yeah.
the Apollo was known for that on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
24 cartoons,
Yeah.
2 feature stories,
Yeah.
and a cereal.
Yeah, I never.
And
no,
I
you
don't
have
mean the
cereal.
kind. No, I meant a cereal.
Like Fruit Loops?
No, they have. It's like watching a soap.
Oh,
you know,
like they have on Netflix now.
Yeah,
They have the series.
exactly right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But she's been in a bunch of movies. Irma la Douce, Sweet
know that.
Charity.
I know that one.
Terms of Endearment.
She was a nut job in Sweet Charity. That was
Yeah.
about a crazy person.
Yeah.
Tears of Endearment was
Terms
kind of
of
a
Endearment.
depressing movie to me.
Yeah. I mean, she was in Steel Magnolias.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, she was a big actress.
Huh.
Yeah, she was. Postcards. Let's see.
That was
Postcards from
another
the
one.
Edge.
That was another, yeah.
And let's
What do you got,
see
Rod? You got
else.
some songs?
Well, I'm just looking to, because we're getting close to breaking for news, weather, and sports, and I was looking for some music to bump into the news.
I thought we were going to have a trivia thing.
Well, we might do that as well.
Okay, we can do it.
Or you think you're up for
I don't
some
know. Terry's not
identifying
here. She
songs?
knows more about the songs.
Okay, I wanted to delay it a little bit, because Mike is hitting the
He's all over there.
Casey's.
Hitting the high points. I mean, usually the doc is the one that's has fabulous fingers on the keyboard that can find all this.
Oh,
stuff
I know
out.
it. I know it. I mean, I tell you what, it's like.
Does he just do that here, or do you think he does that all day long?
I have
Is
no
that what-
idea.
we have to ask his wife.
I don't follow his career that.
We have to ask
closely.
him. I bet he's on that all day long.
Could be.
All
Wife
day
says
long.
something. He's like,
Isn't
wait a
there-
minute. He looks it up.
Isn't there a song all day long? This is America, I Need You. I like this song. We'll bump that into the top of the hour for news, weather, and sports on Breakfast with Roger and Friends on WAZU FM 90.7 in Peoria, Illinois. Wonderful Peoria. And hello to all those folks watching on YouTube this morning. Thanks for being a part of our program. And you're always welcome to call us. If you're out of town, you can call. Charge it to Terry Crawley, and we'll give you Terry's phone number, 309-966-4044.
That I was put to blame for every story told about me, about me, about me. I need you like the flower needs the rain, you know. I need you. Guess I'll start it all again, you know. I need you. I need you. I need
Dr. Gene Sidler here, one of the friends on Roger and Friends for breakfast here. Sometimes we make some sense on this program, so check it out. It's worth listening to on 90.7 WAZU, 6 to 9 a.m. each weekday.
And a pleasant good morning, everybody. And we begin with a check of the weather brought to you by Steve Sink, managing partner of PHX Affiliates. Steve has been a business broker now for more than 20 years, working with clients confidentially and professionally with for the sale or purchase of a business. He knows business, and you can learn more from Steve at 309-696-8508.
Nice day today, Roger. A high today of 83 tonight, clear skies, low 59 tomorrow. Sunshine, high 78 Saturday and Sunday, sunny 80 both days. Right now, 62 at the Wazoo.
We're at 62 degrees. Time for the news brought to you by Sam Lilly, an associate. He's an insurance broker. He's been in the industry, in the business for some 40 years. He's the dean of insurance representatives in Central Illinois. And you can access his knowledge and service at 309-245-4374, 245-4374. Sam Lilly, an associate. Sam will join us tomorrow on the program. Joining us today is Mike Dentino.
Well, Roger, for the news here, one of the most despicable killings in American history took place in Minneapolis yesterday morning. 23-year-old mentally deranged transgender Robin Westman went on a shooting rampage at a Catholic school, killing 2 children and injuring 17 others, 14 of which were also children. 2 of the wounded children are now in critical condition.
Police say Westman was armed with a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol when he started shooting through the windows at the children as they were praying during a mass at school. An 8-year-old and a 10-year-old were killed as they sat in a pew praying.
Officers said the gunman killed himself in the church parking lot, but left behind writings indicating she was filled with hate, especially for Donald Trump. On one of the gun magazines was written, "Kill Donald Trump," another reminder that the hateful and public attacks on the president can influence dangerously and mentally unstable people. People like 20-year-old Thomas Crooks at Butler, Pennsylvania, and 58-year-old Ryan Roth in West Palm Beach, Florida. Some of that hurtful rhetoric was coming from across town at the Democrat National Committee summer meeting.
Chairman Ken Martin called Trump a dictator. He said, "I'm sick and tired of bringing a pencil to a knife fight." Minnesota Governor Tim Walz called Trump a fascist and said he hoped his fat ankles would cause him problems in reference to the president's circulatory medical issues.
The negative rhetoric is now directed at Melania Trump. A Vanity Fair editor expressed outrage that the magazine was considering putting the First Lady on the cover of the magazine. In a rant, the unnamed co-editor said if it happens, he and many other staffers at the publication would walk off the job.
And some employees working for FEMA, that's the Federal Emergency Management Agency, have been placed on leave. They signed a letter claiming another hurricane like Katrina could happen under President Trump's leadership. They said the climate in the department could be a cause.
Not everyone on the other side of the political aisle is unhappy with the president. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser credits Trump with bringing down crime in the capital city. She said so at a news conference yesterday.
The U.S. Department of Transportation is sending more than $8 million for airports in Peoria and Bloomington. That word comes from Democrat Senators Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth. The Bloomington Airport is receiving a little over $500,000, while more than $7 million in federal funding is designated for the General Wayne Downing facility in Peoria. The money will be used for infrastructure updates.
Peoria police arrested 21-year-old Kayana Polk in a hit-and-run incident that injured a 22-year-old pedestrian Tuesday night. Polk allegedly hit the man on Wisconsin and Fry and drove off. She was grabbed by police a few blocks away and has been charged with aggravated battery with a motor vehicle, hit and run, reckless driving, and failure to report an accident with personal injury. No word on the man's condition.
Peoria firefighters had to use the jaws of life to rescue a driver trapped inside his vehicle yesterday morning on North Adams and Morton Streets. It happened around 11:30. The victim was taken to a local hospital. His condition is unknown. And Roger, you're up to date on all the sad news.
Yes, we are, as usual. A good job. Let's hear what WCBU has to report this morning.
From the WCBU newsroom, I'm June Delahunty. Advanced Medical Transport and the City of Peoria have finalized an extension of the city's ambulance service for at least 5 years. The City Council unanimously approved the new franchise agreement with emphatic support. Mayor Rita Ali says it's a positive development in reversing what has, at times, a strained relationship.
I think it's a strong agreement that includes more efficiency, it includes more quality, more training, more tools, and overall more value.
The agreement begins after the current 20-year contract expires on December 1st of next year. The Peoria Citizens Committee for Economic Opportunity is again in need of a new CEO, following Tuesday's resignation of Denise Moore after just 4 months. Moore cited a need to help with her ailing parents in the Chicago area, but also pointed to dysfunction within the board of the embattled Social Services Agency.
They are more involved in the day-to-day activities, and I try to impress upon them that you will have no day-to-day activity if the strategic direction and the financial health of the organization are not put back on track.
Earlier this month, the agency was stripped of nearly $3 million in low-income home energy assistance program and community services block grant funding. Democratic Congressman Eric Sorensen, whose 17th district includes parts of Peoria, says the Trump administration's efforts to cut staff and close offices at the Social Security Administration are part of an effort to privatize the program. Sorensen says closing field offices will make it harder for people to figure out their benefits, especially when fewer staff will be taking calls.
This administration, Donald Trump, doesn't want this to work. And he wants to destroy it so that he can privatize it the way that he wants.
Social Security is expected to become insolvent by 2034. Illinois Democrats are condemning President Donald Trump's efforts to end the state's cashless bail pre-trial system. Trump's new executive order aims to revoke federal funds from places that have eliminated cash bond, which Illinois did in 2023. State Representative Justin Slaughter of Chicago led the effort through Springfield.
Major achievements like pretrial fairness and what we've done by ending cash bail are actually having a positive and productive impact on our community.
Criminal justice advocates said the old system discriminated against low-income and minority defendants. I'm June Delahunty.
All right, let's get into the world of sports. Our good friend Dr. Gene Sidler on vacation in the mountains of the Rocky Mountains of Breckenridge. Have either one of you ever been to Breckenridge or Keystone in that area?
Never been to
Beautiful area, particularly in the winter. A lot of
I
skiing.
love Colorado. It's a gorgeous area.
Gorgeous, you bet. And our sports news brought to you by BradleyFans.com. Well, let's get on to the WAZU scoreboard. The Cubs are on the road. They're out on the West Coast. They did a pretty good job against the Angels, but they're on the losing end of things in San Francisco, as they were last night against the Giants. The Cubs, by the way, leading the way for a wild card playoff berth right now. That's a berth, B-E-R-T-H. Might be B-I-R. No, that's a different thing. Anyway, they led the Giants 3-1 after Nico Horner's home run, scoring 3 runs in the second inning, and that was it for the Cubs. Didn't score again. They wound up on the short end of a Giant victory, 12-3. Cardinals, meanwhile, are at home hosting the last place Pirates in the National League Central Division. They were leading Pittsburgh 1-0 going into the 6th inning. However, former Cardinal infielder Tommy Pham, now playing left field for the Pirates, hit a single, driving in 2 runs. They took the lead 2-1, and that's how the game finished, 2-1 in favor of Pittsburgh. They'll play again today. Turning to the American League, the White Sox, the last time I checked, no need to check any further. We're losing to Kansas City 11-1. That game was over. And the Yankees beat Washington 11-2, and the Phillies were shut out by the Mets 6-0. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, the latest on the WAZU scoreboard this morning. That's a little bit of Kenny Kenny Rogers this morning.
It's gonna take more than waking to rise me. I wake up with this need again to feel the love of the woman beside me.
Isn't that a great song? This time of the morning. Thank you, Kenny Rogers. He came to, wasn't he one of the first performers at the Civic Center when it opened?
I don't think, not one of the first.
No, I won't say the first, but one of the first.
Kenny Rogers?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, it might have been.
I don't remember.
That's been a while ago, and I think they actually opened the Civic Center while I was in the service. So
I was involved in the opening.
Was it 1964? Is that when it opened?
No. They were
78.
70. It was around the 70s because I worked on the public relations committee for the Peoria Civic Center.
Did you really?
I did.
You need to be on it right now.
Well,
all the things
there's a big plaque.
the things that
If you come outside the theater, on the arena wall.
When
there's a
did
big
the
plaque.
Peoria Civic Center open? Hit that, Roger. When did the Peoria Civic Center open? 1982.
80. Okay.
June 6th. And who was the first performer at the Peoria Civic Center?
I can tell.
Kenny Rogers. No. Yes, was the first performer to appear in the arena June 7th, 1982. And
Kenny Rogers?
did it again.
There you go, Roger.
Well, I'm impressed.
Tell you what, and I haven't even started. I bought a box of Prevagen. I've yet to open it. That's the honest God truth. I bought a bottle of it, and it's sitting on the kitchen counter. And the first time I have a lapse of memory, which is regularly, I'm going to take one and see if it works. You watch those. Yes, right. No, I just, I like this morning I was taking a shower and I was trying to think of someone's name, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to start taking it. 30 seconds later, the name came to me. I said, no, I'm not.
Yeah, don't do that. You don't need that.
Well, how do you know, Dr. Phil?
What do you care if you forget something? What do you really care? Well, I mean, what could you forget? What could you really forget that would make a really big difference in your life right now? My name.
When I got fired. I like to forget that. But one way you forget it is by eating food.
Pastry.
Yeah. And I want to thank, on behalf of the entire staff, Mike, because every Thursday he brings in some pretty nice treats. Casey's.
Okay, there's the Casey's right over there. The Lake and Casey's.
Oh, the Lake and Casey. Okay.
That's
down 17.
The bastion of fine dining in Lakin.
Okay. Well.
No, the S&S Supper Club.
Yeah.
Not in Lakin.
What
No, in Peoria. The S&S Supper Club is Steak and Shake on the river.
Okay.
Yes. Peoria.
Porcelain room on the river.
Yeah.
My dad used to call it.
When I first went in Steak and Shake, because they have all the tile, I thought it was in a large men's room. I mean, really, tile everywhere, and the only thing missing were the urinals.
Well, remember the motto: "Inside it must be right."
Yeah. And they still do it.
Yeah.
They have a Steak and Shake in Morton, and now no waiters or servers. You go in and you order on a kiosk, but you still watch them make their hamburgers and steak burgers.
How do you watch?
Inside.
They have
It's wide open.
They're still wide open.
I've been there.
It's really we went down to when I go down to Daytona for Bike Week. One of my friends who's
Is Bike Week or Bite Week?
Bike Week.
Oh, okay.
Motorcycle.
But one of my friends he's living in Arizona now. Then they don't have Steak and Shakes there, and he insists that every year, of all the places we stopped at for our meals, because most of Bike Week revolves around where are we going to eat. He insists we have to stop at Steak and Shake. Well, we did last year, and we got there and we looked around and there was nobody there to seat you. And that was one of the, Steak and Shake, you walk in and they greet you and they, seat you right here, and waitress will be with you.
Yeah.
And they, we looked around and
nobody's there.
The guy who was the manager pointed us to the kiosk, said order there and just pick a seat. And we were like, what's this all about? I mean, they're changing stuff. This is like
it's un-American.
This is the precursor to changing the.
Well, they can't get those employees.
Well,
It's very
that was
difficult
one of the
to-
problems. Said corporate came in and said, since we have problems getting employees, we're changing. We're putting in a, this kiosk so we don't have to hire nearly as much wait staff, and people in the kitchen just take turns coming out and bussing the tables. And
I talked to a guy who saw what McDonald's has been working on.
Yeah, they have a Bartonville. They have kiosks there.
Well, their new thing is they've got a building. It's a prefab building. It's a few hundred square feet, and they're going to put those on all of their places in the future. It's all robotic, and they can run 24 hours with about 3 or 4 employees.
Wow. I mean, that's the future.
That's
You know,
what's going to happen. I talked to an individual who
Do you
said
think
he saw it.
Yeah, but in all honesty, do you think it's going to last?
What?
Don't you think the idea
Robots?
of everything, not well, and yes, the idea of going in a restaurant and sitting by yourself and then punching in.
Well, I think the fast food business is going to be
That's
that.
where, yeah, I think that's
You
where
really
fast
do?
food is
No, not
going
all
to.
restaurants. No, because
Yeah.
you're still going to want to go out and, sit.
Well,
in
if you go out, you normally say, "Hey, everybody, let's go to McDonald's on a Saturday
But
night."
there's a difference between, but that's dining.
Yeah.
You know, there's a difference between dining and fast food.
We'll
And I
always
think
have dining.
That's my
but the,
point.
the fast food, I think that's going to be
That's
fast,
where it's going
faster,
to, yeah.
faster food.
Yeah.
Well, you're depressing me. I don't want to hear this.
Well, you don't like that fast of a food? Well, I went to the
See,
new
the
opening.
problem with that system is there's no one to complain to.
Well, there's
Well,
not now.
they'll-
If you complain to the kid that's in there now, he's not going to.
I mean, right now, fast food, 90%, no, maybe not, maybe 70% of all the fast food now is people doing drive-through.
Yeah.
And who do you complain to? It's like, I've got someone to complain.
Yeah. There's no.
You
one
know,
to talk to.
you're talking to a speaker box. So, and this is the next evolution. It's kind of the natural step from one to the next.
I did go to a new place that opened up, Frank's.
I was supposed to go to that.
Yeah, why?
and I
Dude,
didn't
you
make it.
should
It
have.
was Monday. Well, I was invited to come,
know.
but I had
went.
other things, and
my
it
wife.
was from 4 to 7, wasn't
it was
it? Yeah.
free.
Yeah, I know why. Yeah.
Why was I not
Yeah,
informed
Well,
that
I
it was
don't,
free
I
food?
don't know. It was.
Yeah,
and it
by
was-
invitation.
They had a heck of a
only.
crowd.
They did. Well, good for Frank.
and
We're
then-
talking about Frank Abnauer's new
Yeah, Frank's place.
Okay.
Frank's place
okay.
in Peoria Heights.
In Peoria Heights.
Nice guy. Wish him much success.
Oh, he'll.
Well,
Well,
I
the next day they ran out. The next day when they started actually selling the stuff, they ran out of their Italian beef. You had to put a little post on, I think, Facebook. So we ran out of. They ran out of food. Yeah.
Well, that's a good sign.
That's a very good
That's
sign.
a very good sign.
And that's
so,
a new restaurant, and that happens. However, I think Frank will be busy for a long time.
Oh, good.
Well, good.
Yeah,
I mean,
he'll do a good job.
I think that the places he's put up in the in the earlier iterations have all been
Been very
successful, I
successful.
believe.
Well, we started out with a push cart at the courthouse.
At the courthouse, and then he put in a facility at St. Francis. That was very popular.
Well,
OSF,
Frank is one to do the work, and in
It is work.
in almost every restaurant, if you do the work, you can be successful.
Oh yeah.
There were like in my class in high school, there were a number of restaurateurs.
Oh really? Local people?
Yeah, well,
Who?
Comforts for one.
Oh, the Comforts?
Yeah, the
family.
Comforts.
Oh,
Yeah,
right there
Jim
was-
Steakhouse.
Yeah, JD. I mean,
They're in the Heights.
he
they got
knows how to do it. That
Yes, he
man.
does.
And you know what? It's not a profession. It's an avocation. You have to love
Yep.
what you do, because you're there constantly.
Yep.
If you're going to run a restaurant, if you don't have your finger on the pulse, well, then then you're running a chain, and it doesn't matter.
And his wife's with him. Quite,
Yeah.
she's there most of the time.
Lovely lady.
She's always been there when I've gone in.
Yeah, lovely lady. I mean, JD knows how to do it.
Oh yeah.
And his brothers, I
He's got
think,
great food.
do well. Oh yeah, I mean, we went there for our anniversary.
Where are his locations? You got one in the Heights?
He's got he runs
And then
the
he
one
has
in the
one at
Heights.
Jim's downtown.
Well,
That's
his
his
brother,
kids. Is
no,
it?
I think it's his brother. I think it's Tim.
Oh, I thought it was his kid. Okay.
No, I mean, I could be wrong. My wife tells me I often am.
Yeah.
Well, me
But
too.
my understanding was that Tim ran the one
Okay.
downtown, and last I heard, this is probably 10 years old, they had a place in Bloomington that his brother Greg ran.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, and maybe that's changed, but
Yeah.
that's the way
Is
I
it called
understood
Jim's
it.
Bistro? In
Jim's
Bloomington?
Bistro is in the Heights, and Jim's Steakhouse is downtown.
downtown.
And
What was Bloomington's? So I get down to Bloomington.
it
all the time.
might-
I
That
get
was
kids down
Arby's. Yeah.
Oh.
right.
Who else
Yeah,
was
that's
in
yeah.
that you.
well, Jim Jumer,
Oh, okay.
he was in our class.
Jim Jumer was really.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jim.
What was that? Well, that was a
His-
great place.
yeah.
That's one of those cases where what happened? That was
Yeah.
popular. Place
Well-
to eat after church on Sunday. Place
Yeah.
to eat anytime, particularly for lunch. I ate
the Jumer
lunch there a
rolls.
number of
Oh,
times.
How many
And
of those
cinnamon
Jumer rolls
rolls.
did you
The
eat?
cinnamon rolls were out of this world.
That used to be when we were kids. There was an open lot that's actually still there in West Peoria that we'd play, football on.
Okay. Yeah.
We were playing, tackle football with no equipment.
Well,
So,
of
there were
course.
there were a
That was
few
that
teeth
part, was
lost.
that the Catholic League that they had?
Yeah.
A Guardian Angel was usually the hardest team to beat because they got kids from all over Illinois
That's true.
playing for them.
That's true. But
They had a guardian angel.
we'd
Yeah, they did.
we'd play over in West Peoria, and on the way back, we'd all Jim Jumer would hang out with us, and we'd pester him till he'd go to the back door of the restaurant and get us a couple of baskets of the cinnamon
cinnamon
rolls.
rolls.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh boy, that was
My wife's
you know-
got the recipe.
Oh really?
Does
You know when they closed the one in Peoria, you know where you could still get them?
No.
Jumer's in Galesburg. More than one
Really?
occasion we drove up there just
Oh.
to have lunch or dinner and get the
Yeah,
cinnamon
'cause
rolls.
at one time there was Galesburg, there was Bloomington,
Bloomington.
and then
Right.
I think there
Did they
was.
go to Champaign?
I don't remember.
he
It's
in
probably
Iowa?
Iowa. I think it was Iowa because
Yeah, because they have the casino up
as
there.
it wound down, yeah, they ended up being one of the partners in one of the casinos
I
up
think
there.
didn't they finally sell everything?
They may have. They may have. I mean, Jim still. Last time I knew, he grew up on Moss Avenue,
Yeah.
and he ended up buying a house like next door or one house down from there, where him and his wife Margie, I think, still live.
Really, in Peoria?
I believe so. I
Didn't
mean,
know that. He was a close friend, or Jerry Daughters was a close friend of Jim Jumer. I have a question for you. You mentioned Guardian Angel for 10 points. It's still alive and well. Do you know where it moved? It's no longer in West Peoria.
Oh, I don't.
It's not in Peoria. It's not in West Peoria.
I do not know.
Morton, Illinois. It's on Queenwood. I drive by it every day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No kidding.
I don't know if they still use the name Guardian Angel, but I had a close connection with it. The hospital became somewhat of an adoptive partner with Guardian Angel, and I was the liaison between the hospital and Guardian Angel, and would go every now and then to do a program or something with them. And it was a great agency with a great staff of people at the school, the Guardian Angel School. They do fine work.
What do they do? I'm not familiar with them.
They take primarily kids that have been adjudicated by the courts, and these are children with maybe behavioral problems, maybe some
Kinda what the
problems
Children's
at
Home
home.
does?
Similar to it,
Yeah,
yes.
I think this is Catholic. Is it part of Catholic
Yes,
Charities?
yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
It's been around for years and years, for that matter.
Great.
Say, I have a question, other than quickly highlight of the weather. It's going to be sunny today.
It's going to be a beautiful day. 83, 78 tomorrow. Right now, about 62.
The question I have is, why is the media? I understand why they don't like Donald Trump. I mean, his rhetoric needs to tone down as well. but I think he's more in a defensive position anymore than offensive. But why is the media so anti-Melania? I don't understand. She's done nothing wrong other than be beautiful. She's highly educated and very intelligent. I understand she has command of 5 different languages, so that's not exactly child's play.
But the problem is, she's attached to Trump, and
Well, there
it's
you
all things Trump are an anathema to the media, and God forbid that we should talk about an individual that is intelligent, speaks multiple languages. It's you can't give Trump credit for anything or anyone in his orbit. God forbid Barron Trump should win. If he was on a national football team in college, that team would immediately become a pariah.
Sure.
God forbid Notre Dame has Barron Trump on their football team.
But now it's the first time Notre Dame would be booed.
Well, Notre Dame would never be. They wouldn't be in the top 25 until they went 10-0.
Yeah.
But it's all part of the.
I think you're right.
No Trump, never Trump.
Never Trumpers, yeah. But she is so delightful, and that's one way to do it. More than good looking, she's beautiful.
She's probably the best looking first lady since Jackie Kennedy. And there was a.
I don't know, Eleanor.
I'm sorry, Eleanor didn't get hit with an ugly stick. She got fallen in by the ugly forest. A woman,
now you're talking about
of incredible intelligence and political savvy.
Oh, very politically savvy.
Because frankly,
But just stop a clock.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on.
You're talking about Maxine Waters?
Well, no. Yeah, Maxine Waters. I mean, that we're talking make a train take a dirt road.
yeah, I think you're right.
But it's
technical
that's
foul.
Not nice. That's let's be nice.
It's
Yeah,
sad.
let's
I
be
mean,
nice.
we have had first ladies have had a tradition of being very lovely women.
Yes.
Some have been
very
matronly
proper.
women like Barbara Bush.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's grandma.
Yeah.
In fact, it was, I think, when if you looked when George, when H.W. was president, and you saw the two of them together, you kind of wonder, well, is that his mom? Because she looked old. Yeah, she looked older than he did by a considerable amount. But
and then the big gal, she was twice as big as he was, Michelle Obama. She was a big girl. Well, I don't know. I don't know about
I want to tell you a
that.
quick anecdote. Two of my friends, Bill and Nora O'Brien, were on a cruise ship, and they assign people to tables. Have you ever been on a cruise?
No.
Okay.
Oh, it's fun. It's actually a lot of fun.
Really?
I went on one, and I'm glad I did. I wouldn't rush to go on another one.
Oh, you're not a big fan.
I'm not a big fan. It's okay. The food is wonderful. You gain weight, no question about it. But they assign people to. I went on Holland America. I don't know what cruise line you did. You and your wife.
We went on Cunard. We were on the Queen,
Oh, that's
Mary. Yeah.
that's high. That's high.
We were with the
class.
upper crust.
Oh,
Yes,
there you go.
that's high
Wow.
class.
Wow.
You go on the Cunard line, and there's a lot of things you knew. But at any rate, Bill and Nora were assigned to a table. Guess who was at that table with them for every meal?
Who?
Barbara Bush and
Really?
President Bush. Apparently,
They were on
after,
a cruise
Yes.
and just assigned to Joe Blow's table?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it
And they
Secret
got-
Service and stuff around?
I can't answer that.
Okay.
Those were the
and-
other 5 people at the table.
Yeah, probably. That's probably. But they developed a relationship so much so that when I believe Barbara Bush came to town, and she stayed the night with Bill and Nora O'Brien.
Really?
Yeah. What a thrill that had to be.
Wow. Now,
Said-
which O'Brien? Local O'Brien.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien,
Bill O'Brien.
lives off of Sterling.
What Bill did?
And Bill used to run the Elephant's Trunk in the Metro Center.
right, okay.
And he was on the county board for a while.
Okay.
And served on a county committee, land use committee, I think. But he said, and they both said, you couldn't talk to a nicer,
Yeah.
down-to-earth person than Barbara Bush.
Well, because the people we got paired with, we were kind of the mismatch of the two people at the table, because there were like two British ladies who they were adorable, but politically everyone was like about 25 degrees left of center from us.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But it made for some interesting conversations because I just smiled and went to the right every time someone came up with something. And the two, like I said, the two British ladies were lovely. There was a lot of harumphing from the other people.
Where'd you cruise? What body of water? Where were you?
We did the crossing from New York to Southampton.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. Wow.
How long? I
snooty.
thought about that. Thanks to Uncle Sam, I went to Europe and Germany and so forth, and later on went with Alexander Travel a couple of times to Europe. And it's a long flight, and I thought, you know what? I wonder what it'd be like to go by ship. And you did it. How long was it? Was it 7 to 8 days?
7 days.
Yeah.
7 days. I mean, the really the most epic part of the cruise is leaving New York Harbor. You leave at night, and it's absolutely stunning. You go underneath the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. I think that's what it was. But New York Harbor, leaving at night, is really an amazing sight
I'll
to
bet,
see.
yeah, because the Statue of Liberty is
All lit
well
up,
lit up.
yeah.
The skyline of the city. We were out there for for Thanksgiving for the Macy's Day Parade, and we ate dinner one night on a ship in the harbor that moved from one end to the other. And you're right, the skyline of the city. When you see it, you think, what's going on about all the violent crime? And it's such a beautiful, structurally designed
I mean,
skyline.
There's no question that New York is one of the grand cities of the world, especially when you leave it at night. It deserves the title City of Lights.
Don't they also say, was that also like Las Vegas, a city that never sleeps?
Yeah, well, yeah, both of them. Las Vegas is like, a collection of neon in the desert.
Yeah.
Well, Frank sang about it.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. But
Frank Abner?
It was
no Sinatra.
Oh,
it was
okay.
7 days of very restful, because there's really nothing else to see. You see New York when you leave. You see Southampton when you. It's like, okay, Southampton. Oh, let's just say it was anticlimactic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because but the 7 days at sea, I found extraordinary. First time I'd ever been to sea where I wasn't working my ass off.
Yeah.
But we were there.
What did you do during the day? I mean, when you're? I can tell you all we did was, particularly coming back. We went over when the Atlantic Ocean was calm. Coming back, it was in November, and the waves were high and everything. We spent most of our time trying to keep our food down.
Well, I mean, it was. You sat down, you ate a lot, you read, you sat around and found a nice deck chair in the sun and read.
You do a lot of drinking too, don't you?
Well, there
You
was a
can
little
do
bit of that.
that. Did you see any other ships at all?
No.
Interesting. On the troop ship I was on, we saw at night the lights of other ships.
Where'd you cruise? What body of water were you?
The Caribbean.
The Caribbean.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that in itself, you dock at a place, and the natives greet you with, you want to buy this, buy that, and so forth. And that drove you up a wall.
Pretty
drove you
Navy.
almost back on the cruise ship.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it was a very, it was a relatively uneventful cruise. But
you had entertainment at night.
Oh yeah, there was entertainment. They had like a disco. They
There's
had
always a hypnotist.
all sorts of.
There's a hypnotist on a lot of cruise ships.
There's like entertainment. There was a casino on board.
Well,
I have pretty much zero interest in casinos, but I mean,
have you guys seen that the documentary out there about the cruise ship that broke down?
Oh yeah,
They had a little fire and broke down, and then all the
Well, you've heard some horror
toilets
stories
backed
about
up and
cruises.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, that's an
Yeah.
unbelievable.
It was,
documentary.
bad. All right, let's do our final newscast of the morning to bring you up to date. Your hometown community banks division of Morton Community Bank, sponsor of our final newscast, and of course they're well known for 46 friendly hometown locations throughout central Illinois. Look for the clock tower, and you know they have time for you. Member of FDIC. Here's Mike.
Thanks, Roger. One of the most despicable killings in America's history took place in Minneapolis yesterday morning. 23-year-old mentally deranged transgender Robin Westman went on a shooting rampage at a Catholic school, killing 2 children and injuring 17 others. 14 of them also children. 2 of the wounded children are now in critical condition. Police say Westman was armed with a rifle, shotgun, and a pistol when he started shooting through the windows at the children as they were praying during Mass. An 8-year-old and a 10-year-old were killed as they sat in a pew. Officers said the gunman killed himself in a church parking lot. He left behind warnings indicating that she was filled with hate, especially for Donald Trump. On one of the magazines was written, "Kill Donald Trump." Another reminder that the hateful and public attacks on the president can influence dangerously and mentally unstable people. People like 20-year-old Thomas Crooks at Butler, Pennsylvania, and 58-year-old Ryan Roth in West Palm Beach, Florida. Some employees working for FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, have been placed on leave. They signed a letter claiming another hurricane like Katrina could happen under President Trump's leadership. They said the climate in the department could be a cause. Not everyone on the other side of the political aisle is unhappy with President Trump. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser credits Trump with bringing down crime in the capital city. She said so at a news conference yesterday. The U.S. Department of Transportation is sending more than $8 million for airports in Peoria and Bloomington. That word comes from Democrat Senators Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth. The Bloomington Airport is receiving a little over $500,000, while more than $7 million in federal funding is designated for the General Wayne Downing facility. The money will be used for infrastructure updates. Peoria police arrested 21-year-old Kiana Polk in a hit-and-run incident that injured a 22-year-old pedestrian Tuesday night. Polk allegedly hit the man on Wisconsin and Fry and drove off. She was grabbed by police a few blocks away and has been charged with aggravated battery with a motor vehicle, hit and run, reckless driving, and failure to report an accident with personal injury. No word on the man's condition. Peoria firefighters had to use the jaws of life in a rescue where a driver was trapped inside of his vehicle yesterday morning on North Adams at Morton Street. It happened around 11:30. The victim was taken to a local hospital. His condition is presently unknown. And Roger, that's it for news at the bottom of the hour.
Now a check of the weather presented by Advanced Medical Transport of Central Illinois. For some 30 years, AMT has been an important resource for emergency medical care, with a wonderful staff of paramedics and EMTs working together with local police and firefighters for your good health. Advanced Medical Transport, saving lives is what they do 24/7.
Sunny and a really nice day today, Roger. High's just about mid-80s tonight. Clear skies, low about 60, 59, 60, somewhere around there. Tomorrow, sunshine, high 78. Saturday and Sunday, sunny, 80 both days. Right now, 62 at the wazoo.
And beautiful weather. We love it.
Absolutely.
Enjoy it. Thank you, my friend. Hey, speaking of New York, here's Frank Abagnale.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York, these vagabond shoes, they are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York, I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. My small town blues, they have drifted away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York, if I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. In New York, New York, I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find that I'm number one, top of the list, head of the heap, king of the hill. These are little town blues. They have all melted away. I am about to make a brand new start of it. Back there in old New York, and you better believe it, baby. If I can make it there, you know I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York, New York.
They can. That's one of his neat live renditions of New York, New York. When I hear this song, I think about the year that Bradley learned they were going to the NIT. And I believe Dave Snell went live, which he would do anyway with the play-by-play. I think that's what happened, and it was in the field house. And everybody went wild with the news that Bradley was going to go to the NIT tournament.
Well, it's one of the things like I love about that song is that it speaks to the image of New York, the potential of New York. It glosses over the filthy realities of one of the things I've learned to hate about New York is it doesn't have alleys. See, Chicago at least has the respect of having an alley where you can throw your trash and have mountains of black plastic bags full of refuge that are off the street and out of sight.
Yeah, not
I
New
mean,
York.
Chicago has pulled its dress down so you don't see the dirty bits anymore. New York is like, whatever.
What, you've been to New York, I assume. What's your favorite? And you had a daughter working there?
My daughter went to NYU and then lived in New York for about a total of 10 years.
Is she a liberal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I look at it this way: age tends to cure everything.
Yeah, with time, she'll come back home.
I always, Winston Churchill, I think, hit it on the head. and I'm paraphrasing this quote. A man who's not liberal at 20 has no heart. A man who's not conservative at 40 has no brain.
I haven't heard that one.
That's, yeah, I mean, that's a Winston Churchill quote.
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure I've butchered it, but that's the kernel of it.
What was your highlight in New York? What was the one thing you wanted to do, wanted to see or experience?
Well, I mean, I wanted to see Yankee Stadium. I got to see that.
Times Square.
The house that Ruth built. Yeah, I went to Times Square.
Did you see the Statue of Liberty? Did you?
Yes, we did see the Statue of
You go
Liberty.
out, you actually go out on Ellis Island?
Went out on
is
the
that-
Ellis Island and
Okay.
looked at all the little displays there. I mean, that I knew I had to do that because that was where my my grandfather and his father and mother and brother came across.
Oh, that was great. Did you see any physical evidence like their name anywhere?
I didn't. I was with other family members who were like, come on. I'm a dallier. I'm the type of person who will, sit there and look at all 15 of the little placards and read them. And I didn't actually get a chance to dig really as deeply as I would have liked.
And they could have changed their name. A lot of
Well,
people did that.
It was misspelled.
Yeah.
In fact, it was one of my uncles had to get a top secret security clearance for government work that he was doing.
Oh, really?
And initially they refused to give it to him because he said your parents didn't legally immigrate, and it was because
Interesting.
they misspelled the name.
Really?
You know what? Be careful. You might be going to be sent to El Salvador.
Yeah, well, I hear El Salvador is lovely this time of year. But no, I mean they had
you're
to go.
illegal then?
No, we were. They had to go back, and in fact, it was. I want to say, I think it was Hudson Sowers.
Hudson Sowers,
wow.
boy, is
Yeah.
that state senator, wasn't he?
And I believe he was a lawyer.
Yes, he
and
was.
They had to work through him to go and dig up the records and get things corrected, so that indeed they do have a record that my great grandparents emigrated legally.
Really?
So that my Uncle Morrow could get his security clearance.
Wow. What do you need a security clearance for? What do you?
He was working on
CIA guy, FBI?
No, he
was he working on the A-bomb?
No,
what
he
did
he
you
actually
do?
worked on the Apollo program.
Wait, is that right?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Morrow, he was working for
NASA?
No, it was I'm not sure if it was Martin Marietta or Lockheed.
Okay.
One of those two, and part of the work that he was doing was classified. I mean, he worked on the Apollo program. Later, he worked
my
on a lot of
goodness.
laser programs.
Wow, that's highly secret stuff.
Yeah, well, he was one of the programs. It was a huge joke. He was the one with the Christmas tree farm. We'd all go out and work on it.
Okay. All right.
And one of his favorite T-shirts had this image of a tortoise with a seagull standing on the tortoise's back.
Okay.
And the tortoise was facing one direction, the seagull was facing the other. And instead of having a bill that came to a point, the seagull had this bill that kind of opened up like a horn with little waves coming out of it.
Fascinating.
And
Do you
I
have a
asked him-
drawing of that anywhere?
I don't. And I was asking him,
boy,
what's
I'd
that all
love to
about?
see that.
He said, well, that's a T-shirt we all got for working on this government program. I said, what's it all about? Well, what kind of program? He said, oh, it's secret. I said, wait a minute. You're telling me you
Yes.
worked on a program that was a top secret program, but they gave everybody T-shirts for it.
Yeah. But you can't tell
But you can't tell anybody about it.
What's
like-
that all about? Well, we can't talk about it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's government programs in a friggin' nutshell.
Fascinating. My sister's ex-husband was an electrical engineer, and he took us out to Palmdale, California,
Mhm.
where I'm trying to think, was the stealth bomber made by Lockheed? Was that who
Well,
it
that's
was?
yeah, Lockheed
Or Northrop?
Lockheed. Well, Northrop, I think they merged at one point.
Well, at any rate, he took us out to Palmdale, and they had all these planes that they had built for different countries. They all had the logo of the country, beautiful, waiting to be picked up. And we went into the hangars where one plane was under construction and so forth. But they had another hangar that was closed, and you didn't say anything. I said, "What's in that hangar?" He said, "I can't tell you what's in that hangar."
Secret
And
stuff.
it turned out that it was under construction was the B-2 stealth bomber.
Well, what was the is it the F-17? One of the most recent bombers that we have that they just came out with like a year ago and said that this is a new bomber that we have. And they've been flying it for over 5 years.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
yeah.
you know, they found out we had it, so they announced that we had it. But for
Right.
5 years, we've had the doggone.
Well, I mean, and that's kind of like out at it used to be Muroc, now it's called Edwards Air Force Base. That's where they usually like reveal all the latest and the greatest. And this is after they've been flying it out of Area 51
for years.
For years, and it's like, hey,
Yeah.
what's that? What's that? That can't be an airplane. It's only got wings. It got no tail. Yeah, you know, it's this stuff. It comes out only after someone spilled the beans on it.
Sure.
Accidentally or accidentally
On
intelligently.
purpose.
You get a
Yeah.
picture or something, they go, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The big secret that we have this morning is our pet tip of the day.
Well, don't keep it a secret.
Today's pet tip is brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
Pet lovers are dedicated to their animals, all species from horses to turtles and of course cats and dogs. If you are a pet lover, learn these little-known, somewhat amazing facts about your pet. School-aged children pose their own set of threats to pets. Snacks like grapes and raisins are still on the list of dangerous foods, as well as chocolate. But remember, even sugar-free items are poisonous. They contain the artificial sweetener xylitol. This compound lowers blood sugar in animals to a dangerous level and leads to immediate liver failure. Coins from piggy banks are commonly ingested by curious dogs and cats. Pennies minted after 1982 are particularly dangerous. These coins contain high levels of zinc and can cause toxicosis once digestion starts to occur. Barbie doll clothes, shoes, and accessories, small plastic toys such as toy soldiers and figurines, marbles and super bouncy balls, hair elastics, erasers, paper clips, and other small school supply items are all a choking and swallowing hazard. Teach your children about these dangers and remind them constantly. Though it may take some effort, you can have a house where kids and pets live together in peace and harmony. Practicing safety inside and outside the home will help keep your 2- and 4-legged kids healthy and ensure that they enjoy frolicking together for a lifetime. This whisker of information has been made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting in partnership with Spot, Saving Pets One at a Time, and KSBR Studios. Produced by Joseph C. McGuire and theme music by Stuardo Glasser.
Today's pet tip has been brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
You know, one of the things I wanted to do today on our program, we're running out of time, but I still want to do it. And that is, if you were asked, what is your number one pet peeve? what would you say, Mike Dentino or Terry Grawley, whoever can come up immediately with the one thing that really bugs you? I know a lot of things bug us, and
what your pet peeve is.
No. I was going to say,
people like you, Roger, have stupid questions. Now, what's your next question?
overall, I know what my
Go ahead.
my most biggest pet peeve is: slow drivers in the left lane.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, you have to give me a topic because I've got a lot of pet peeves.
And after that, it's people at McDonald's who stand in line and look at the menu.
Right.
It's McDonald's. It's the same menu.
It's been the same thing for years.
You're getting kind of personal.
So what's one of yours, Roger? What's your pet peeve besides us? What is your
You? No. I would say my number one pet peeve is, and yet people have tried to convince me otherwise, is you're in a line of cars and on 74 because it narrows down to one lane, and guys fly by you to go to the head of the line. Now, I think you're one of those that said that
I'm a zipper.
What do they call it?
I'm a zipper.
A zipper. And that is supposed to be, and you looked it up and read it to me, and I went home and kicked my dog because I was so upset
because
by
I
what
wasn't there.
you said. Yeah, you were there. It just bothers me that people, and you see it in grocery stores. In California, they have a great system in their grocery stores. You get in a big long line, and the line is released by someone's, go to, hi Louie, go to cashier 2, you go to cashier number 7.
Schnucks does
so
that. Yeah.
nobody, do they? Schnucks
Yeah.
do it?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. I might start shopping there.
Yeah.
Whereas the other places,
It's on a big board. It
and
says
then you get in line, and you're behind usually a woman, and she's looking for her charge card, and she can't find it, and
That's a pet peeve.
I have been close twice, wanting to say, I tell you what, let me buy it for you. I'm serious. I was that close until I was able to look over into the see what it was, and it was $184.
So grocery store
what I
lines
did,
are a pet peeve.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But now you kind of deferred. You said, well, you have to
Well, you
give
have to
a
give me a
category.
topic. I have a lot of pet peeves.
Standing in line.
Yeah, I don't like the people who waste time and chat when they're done buying their stuff. Just leave. I can't get my stuff and get out.
yeah,
of here.
I think Louie's got one here.
Louis Linder is there. Good,
I have a
Louis.
pet peeve.
What's your pet peeve? This show?
But it has to do with the theme is standing in line, I think. But at the red light, the first car is like right there up at the red light. The second car, for some unexplained reason,
Yes.
3 lengths.
Oh,
Three
back
car
behind.
lengths.
You want to be stacked up tight.
No.
Why is there 3 lengths between the second car and the first car?
Oh.
Okay, so the Louis Linder question is,
Yeah.
what if everybody did that?
Yeah.
Well, no, seriously, what if everybody did that? We'd be backed up all the way to Chillicothe.
Yeah. We would.
Yeah, that's
Well, Louis,
true.
along the same line, if the light turns green, why is it everybody can go at the same time? Why is it if you're car number 7, you're sitting there, hey, the light is green, but I
everybody
can't
goes
go.
at the same
Well,
time?
if the light said turns green, why shouldn't everybody be able to start at the same time?
Yeah.
And the reason is car number 2 is sitting there, the guy's picking his nose and he's having a hard time getting his thumb out.
Yeah. It's a second knuckle deal.
Yeah.
Second knuckle all the way to the wrist.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised
Oh, my.
at the lack of illustrations because, standing in line is one of those, and getting in line and traffic is another. And sometimes trying to, I remember 3 cashiers at Walmart the other day were all talking, And I came up, and they continued to talk. I finally said, I didn't get the notice about a meeting. Otherwise, I'd been here earlier. And they laughed at it as I
And went back to talking to each other.
Yeah. What would life be if we didn't have a reason to complain?
That's true.
That would be heaven, I think. All right, that should do it, everybody. Louis Linder is here to tell us you're off the air at 9 o'clock, Roger. So, Mike, thanks for the goodies and
Always
the good
a pleasure.
conversation. Terry, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be here.
And we hope to see everybody on YouTube and also on WACU FM 90.7. Our current temperature is
62, Roger.
62. Have a great day, everybody. Remember, God loves you, and so do we.